we are beyond excited to be working with these guys. It's our good friends at Hollabox. That's HOLLERBACHS.com. Hollabox Willow Tree Cafe, Magnolia Square Market, and Hollabox Outfitters in beautiful, historic downtown Sanford.
Yeah, Daniel, have you seen their expansion? It's unbelievable.
The place is already historical. I mean, it's amazing. We've been dying to work with them, whether it's the beautiful German beers, whether it's the schnitzels, the sausages.
Oh, my wife loves it. It's great.
It's the best.
And they expanded. They got their new lodge and rooftop beer garden. It's beautiful. We're running a promotion right now at the Magnolia Square Market, which is right around the corner from Hollabox. If you go in there, maybe grab a German beer.
Grab some of Germany's favorite ice cream, spaghetti ice. They have that there as well.
Yeah. And you can ask for a free Tom and Dan BDM pint glass, and they will give it to you if you buy anything over there at the market. But you guys know Hollabox. It's great.
Yeah, check out that new expansion. And remember, takeout service is available 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just go to hollabox.com/order now.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Our producer Samantha's here, and this is super duper cool through the powers of Skype, my friend.
Yeah, on the on the Skype line with us right now, professional BMX rider Trey Jones. What's going on, dude?
What's happening, guys? How are you doing?
Good. So I got a bunch of questions for you, and my first one is, okay, how much has like the internet and social media played into like professional BMX world and like even riding in general? Because I see now a lot of riders, they'll put compilation videos, or like Red Bull will go out and do a shoot with like a mountain bike rider or whatever, and then that will be how they monetize and make money. They'll add, commercials to it, or Red Bull will pay for the production and all that stuff. And it seems like people are monetizing their riding in different facets using the internet and social media. How much does that change the business of pro BMX?
I mean, BMX is pretty much just like we feel the effects of the regular world. You know what I mean? So instead of paying a magazine or some other sort of platform to promote your brand, you just do it yourself now. Everybody wants to own their own content. They don't want to pay a magazine to advertise when they can just post up on their own Instagram and stuff like that. And it trickles down to riders, because instead of seeing a photo in a magazine once a month of a rider, now you have to see what they're doing every single day. And if somebody is, it's all about staying current. So if a rider isn't going out and riding every day, you're like, man, is this dude falling off? Like, what's he doing? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like he's just at home hanging out with his girlfriend. He doesn't ride anymore. What's he up to? And it's good for people that ride every day. I ride every day. I ride all the time. So it's not hard for me to just go get content. But a lot of dudes that don't ride every day, that are trying to like milk their sponsors, it's a lot harder to get away with. You know what I mean? They'll go to the skate park, they'll get 5 clips, and they'll post it over the next 5 days. And it's like, well, you actually only rode one day. You didn't ride 5 days, So it affects everything, man. Everybody wants to own their own content. Like you're saying, Red Bull, it's like, they're like, why would we pay a magazine to cover our contest when we have more followers and we can just do it ourselves and we get more content out of it?
You're also go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all right. It's fine.
No, I was just going to say, you're kind of blowing my mind a little bit, because, again, he's hitting on something that you and I were just talking about yesterday and the day before. And when we talk to guys that are now utilizing social media, the number one word that I'm hearing is consistency. When I hear you say you ride every day because, it's easy for you to get content, the guys that really excel at it are the guys that naturally are just consistently doing it. You got to be so consistent. It's like almost setting an appointment for BMX, and then your followers will go, oh, I know he rides, and he'll have a new video up on Monday. Boom, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you bring along a photographer with you every day, or someone to document for your own social media?
No, I mean, it's just all iPhone. You know what I mean? It's like, if I'm riding at a skate park and I do something that I'm like kind of stoked on, I can be like, oh, hey, can you film this real quick? And I give my phone to my friend. He films real quick, and I post it up, and then kids are stoked. You know what I mean? It's that simple when you think about it. It's like
it's so easy to do now.
It's pretty ridiculous that I can do it for a living, because I would be doing this even if I didn't make a living. I go to the skate park. I want to go ride my bike. It's just something, I'm just lucky enough that people want to pay me to do it. You know what I mean? So it's definitely interesting.
Well, lucky, and also through watching your videos this morning, you're very good at it. You know, like let's not sell
thank you.
Let's not sell it short, man. You're talented and it's fun to watch. Also, I really like the fact that your bike. I watched some kid kind of do a bike check with you. I'm forgetting on the vlogger, whoever it was, but I like the fact that your bike is like a ridden bike. It's not a super shiny, nice, beautiful bike. It's your bike, and it's kind of gritty, and I like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel very strongly that BMX and skateboarding is it's anti-establishment. It's not football and baseball. It's not meant to be polished. It's supposed to be for the outcasts, and as you know, it gets involved with the Olympics and other things like that, it's becoming more polished and more clean, and that's just not what I'm into. Like, I didn't get into BMX for that. Like, I got into BMX for the individuality of it and for the freedom of it, and to do it whenever I want, and to not have a coach, and to not, you know, it's anti-establishment, and I feel like that reflects it, you know, when it even comes to my bike. Like, I want it to reflect me.
Yeah.
It's my individual creative outlet. You know what I mean?
Trey, I want to ask you, we had about a month ago, we talked to Travis Pastrana, and like I've always like ridden dirt bikes and been into like freestyle motocross and the X Games, and since like and BMX riding, I'm a big fan of that stuff. And it seems like as the progression, you know, for me watching, I'm 38, so I remember watching the X Games.
Ew, yuck! 38, gross.
When they had bungee jumping and like that, like dumb, stupid.
Yeah, you
like,
were just making fun of that the other day.
But anyway, you see the progression, you see how like crazy the tricks have become, and when I was talking to him, I was like, it's almost like you're a gymnast that learned how to ride a motorcycle in the freestyle motocross realm of it, and then even the BMX, like guys like you and some of these guys are like doing tricks that you almost need to be a gymnast to do. And I wonder, is it like, have we reached kind of a plateau of what physics will even allow?
That's a good question.
On certain, like, even like, I mean, obviously, on half pipes and like jumps and things like that, but yeah, like, so, and is it just becoming more and more technical and, you know, as far as tricks?
To a certain degree, you know what I mean? It's the thing about BMX and skateboarding and stuff like that. It's there's not just one avenue. It's like music, you know what I mean? It's not just one style. There's 1,000 different styles. So you have like the guys that are wanting to progress flips and spins and like pretty much having air awareness like a gymnast, like you're saying, you know what I mean? And I think that it does reach a certain point to where it's like you only have so much time in the air. But I mean, guys like Travis and stuff like that, they're building stuff that's 50-foot tall ramps, and dudes are going upside down 3 and 4 times, and it's like, that's not what I'm into, so I can't really speak on their behalf. But I mean, I guess it only makes sense. It only makes sense. It's gonna get to a point where it's so complicated, but I'm more focused on making it look good and doing things that I personally find attractive, like to the visual eye, you know what I mean? Or it's, like I said, it's like music. Yeah, you can play like Eddie Van Halen as many notes as possible, and your fingers can only move so fast, but sometimes you don't need that to be satisfied. You know what I mean? Like, you can just play something simple and it sounds really good, and that's what I'm more focused on. And also, like, it's a lot less dangerous. Like, I'm not trying to go upside down 3 and 4 times and wear a full face helmet and all this crazy stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to just walk outside wearing the clothes that I normally wear and just do something that I feel is satisfying to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, but to answer your question, yeah, I do think it is going to get to a point where it's like you can only fit so much stuff in and still make it look pleasing. You know what I mean?
I love your sort of, for lack of a different term, artistic approach to what you do, and I love the comparison of music because it makes a lot of sense to me to think about, you know, you could be the fastest thrash band and you're doing, you know, just blast beat, you know, double bass crazy, and you don't really want to do that. You want to be, let's say you want to do just a very simple, elegant and looks amazing blues solo on the guitar. I get it. Yeah, I like the artistic approach. And if you look, and for our listeners' benefit, if you haven't checked him out, if you look at his bike, if you look at some of the hobbies that he does, there's a lot of art woven in there. You can see it.
Trey, I want to ask you a general question about just like BMX versus like skateboarding, because it seems like, all right, overall, like just in the world, there's more, let's just say younger kids and stuff that know how to ride bicycles as opposed to skateboards.
Yeah.
But you only see skate parks built everywhere and not really, maybe this is not true, but not specific BMX parks. And I think we
have a mountain bike park that I took my daughter to because she rides a little BMX bike, but it didn't have what I wanted her to. I wanted her to start going on some ramps.
But is there more skate parks or specific skate parks for skaters than there is specific BMX parks for BMX riders?
BMX specific skate park.
Yeah.
Well, skate parks should be allowed all-wheeled sports that are not motorized. Bicycles, skateboards, scooters, rollerblades. Like, it's allowed for all that. Yes, it's called a skate park just because that's the generalization term for it. But a skate park is meant for all wheeled action sports specifically. Like, if you have a daughter that wants to go on her scooter, she should be allowed to ride the skate park. You know what I mean? That's something that we battle a lot in the bicycle industry, is the segregation between bikes and skateboards, where skateboarders build the skate park and they're like, no bikes allowed, just on the fact that we're different. You know what I mean? And that's not okay. And that's not cool. So, but bikes, especially what I do, is extremely similar to skateboarding. It's more street riding ramps, like I said, riding on the street, looking for a fire hydrant to jump over, very using the area that is around the surroundings to make it your own. You know what I mean? So, and there is getting to be more bike specific parks. But it's harder because mountain bikes are becoming a lot more popular, especially with guys that, they work a regular 9 to 5 and they want to go out on the weekend and go ride their mountain bike. So they're a lot more involved with the building of mountain bike parks, but that's not specifically BMX. We don't have shocks and wear all this gear and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, we're way more connected to skateboarding, where it's, we ride the same stuff. We're attracted to the same style of ramps and stuff like that. But I mean, when it comes down to it, a skate park is not meant for just a skateboard. It's meant for every wheeled action sports that is not a motor.
It's hard for me for dirt bikes. It's hard for me to not make fun. I went out to the mountain bike park with my daughter, and it was hard for me not to make fun of the fat dad on his mountain bike. And he had a rash guard on. He had like a shiny rash guard on with it, and you could see his boobies bouncing. And he had a Camelback on his back, and he had the hose in his mouth, like he's gonna really, dude, you're not gonna dehydrate. You just bought all that stuff at Dick's Sporting Goods, and you're going to. It was embarrassing. And I don't want to be mean to the guy if he's starting his fitness journey, but it was ridiculous.
By the way, you see kids at skate park, don't even bring water the whole day.
All day.
This guy, the fat dad, is going out for a quick 30-minute ride.
30 minutes? That's way too long.
2 gallons of water in his back.
Oh, no. He'll huff it 5 minutes, and then he'll load the bike back in his Audi, and away he goes.
You're not going to get stranded on a desert island. I think you're fine. He
had like a 32-quart Camelback.
Trey, I'm interested. Like, is there an opportunity more now to make BMX riding a business and make a living out of it than there ever was, or is it more diluted now, so it's harder and more competition?
I mean, it's up and down. Mid '80s, it was. Things were going crazy with BMX and skateboarding, 85, 86, Pal Peralta, like that whole thing was enormous. Then the early 90s, it crashed. Nobody was into it. Then mid to late 90s, Tony Hawk, the 900, the video games, everything skyrocketed again. You know what I mean? Dudes were riding for 1-800-COLLECT and all these ridiculous companies and making the most amount of money ever. And then now it's kind of plateaued out to where it's like the industry is sustainable enough to where rider-owned brands, that are not like have corporate backing, can support riders, and there is a very small percentage of guys that make a full living off of BMX. It's not as big as skateboarding. It's just not as accepted, and skateboarding is easier to get into. A skateboard costs less than a BMX bike. There's less parts. You can throw it under your arm and walk down the street with it. It's just easier. So their industry is way more broad, even though we're both kind of accomplishing the same goal of going to skate parks and riding street. You know what I mean? It's just BMX is harder because it costs more money, and it's not as easy to like get around. Putting a bike in your car is more difficult than putting a skateboard in your car.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yes, there is a way to make a living.
I see your point, and it's definitely cheaper with the skateboard. It's kind of like soccer and football. You know, like in soccer, you just need a ball on a field as opposed to pads.
Even my daughter's bike was pretty damn expensive because I didn't want to cheap out on it. You know what I mean? Like it's not they're not cheap.
But it seems to me though, more people in society know how to ride bicycles than skateboards. So you'd think there would be more interest in BMX than there would be skating, right? Just logically. Because
but skateboarding has more of a culture behind it. Skateboarding has guys like Tony Hawk, Rob Dyrdek, these guys that are enormous figures in pop culture that also represent their number one priority is representing skateboarding and putting skateboarding on the map. BMX doesn't have that, you know what I mean? Like we have Dave Mirra and Matt Hoffman and guys like that, you know what I mean? But they were never on that level. They were never on that level of a Tony Hawk or a Rob Dyrdek or a Nigel Houston or someone like that. So I think there's a lot of factors, and it sucks because BMX is always compared to skateboarding, and we always look to skateboarding for like inspiration and ways to like make our industry grow. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they're super similar, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you brought up Dave Mirra, and I don't want to be a downer here. It's super sad.
You're always a downer, man.
But and people I know have talked about everybody always looks for a reason for suicide, and and sometimes there's not one. It's just it doesn't make any sense. It's like people are trying to find like why, and sometimes there is no why. But I heard a lot of people like reading articles and talk about like head injury, and that goes into NFL players and concussions, and you see some
doing some dangerous stuff.
And you see these guys, like, especially back in the day, I think there was way less known about concussions, and you'd get a concussion, and then you'd take a break, drink some water, and then you go back out there, and then maybe hit your head again, and that's where we've learned that it's bad to get two in a day, really bad, and that's when you do the most damage. So has the concussion information spread through the community enough where people are way safer now than they were 10 years ago?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think it's, like I said, BMX just feels the effects of everyday culture, you know what I mean? So obviously head injuries are just more known about in everyday sports about everything, you know what I mean? So everybody's more safe about it. But a lot more guys are wearing helmets and stuff like that. And I mean, at the end of the day, the reason a trick is a trick on a bike is because it's dangerous, and it's because you can get hurt. You know what I mean? Like that's what makes it crazy. Is that it's like, man, that guy could have died doing that. You know? So there's always going to be that element of you can get hurt, and all you can do is strap on a helmet and move along and hope for the best. It's not if you're that scared, then don't ride BMX. That's all you can do. But yeah, I think a lot more people are definitely worried about helmets and concussions and all that stuff,
Is there any market for flat I don't know what it's called, but it's like flat road. There used to be, and I was always into tricks on flat ground.
Just like a freestyle.
What is it called?
It's called Flatland, when they just do tricks on the flat ground.
Yes,
that'd be fun.
There's still a lot of guys into that because for whatever reason, I watch that all day. I'll watch YouTube videos.
You strike me as a Flatland guy.
And in my mind, I've always they
call you Flatland Tom.
You don't need for that. It's all right. You just need you can do it anywhere.
I got a bike. Here I go.
But it seems insanely complicated and
it's incredibly hard. Riding flat is it's a whole different world because it is so difficult and it's so complicated that even me as being like I would like to say that I'm an expert on BMX. I've been doing it my entire life to where I can't comprehend what's happening. That's how complicated it is. And I think it's really the reason flat has never got like became really successful or like super big is because it is so complicated to understand how difficult these things are that these guys are doing. And actually one of the best flatlanders in the entire world owns a bike shop right here in Longwood named Chad DeGroot.
Really?
And, he's a major pillar in the scene and getting me into BMX and like that. But yeah, he's one of the best flatlanders in the world and has invented majority of the flatland tricks out there. But yeah, flatland's incredible.
That's nuts, man.
I've seen, maybe I've seen who you're talking about do a handstand on his front handlebars.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Like when you see that, you're like, he's moving, he's doing a handstand.
Yeah, but that's just strength, dude. The amount of balance and strength he needed to pull something like that off is insanity.
You look at it and you're like, this is impossible. It cannot happen.
When I look at that, then I go back to the argument. You know, people always love to toss this around at least once a year. They're like, well, skateboarder, BMX, they're not athletes. And then you see a guy do something like that, and you're like, all right, where's your argument now? Look at that.
Yeah, and then if you probably asked him, and then all like how long it took to get that good or whatever, and they would probably say like, it was probably 5 years straight of actual time invested.
Yeah.
Like 5 years, 24 hours a day straight. Like
it's
that.
Nuts.
It just takes an insane amount of time to get in the best. You know.
Trey, I'm looking over your Instagram a little bit, and I noticed that occasionally a picture of a really amazingly handmade piece of furniture pops up, like tables. And how did you get into woodworking? And I guess, is that a resin? Do you have to pour resin in there and then like color it? And it's amazing.
Yeah, it all I've always been into woodworking as far as like building ramps out of wood, you know, like I have a skate park in my backyard and I've always built ramps like that. And I was trying to think about something to get my grandma for Christmas.
That's
and
awesome.
I was like, oh, I'll make her a table. That'd be awesome. And I kind of looked up some videos and I'm like, oh, I think I could do that. And I made a table that looks nothing like what I do now. And then I just kind of was like, oh, I think I could do like one of these like epoxy river tables. And I found a sawmill out in Sorrento, and I went there and got some wood, and I kind of just dove in.
That's amazing.
Just like kind of started just figuring it out. And now it's just a hobby that I have.
It's awesome.
It's cool because BMX is like it doesn't resonate with everybody, but furniture does. Everybody needs a table. Everybody has a table in their house. Everybody understands what a cool piece of furniture looks like. So it's something that like as soon as I do it, like if I do one table, I get hit up by like 20 people to make a table.
Have you seen them? They're amazing.
Hold on, pump the brakes. Like I don't do this for a living. I'm just kind of messing around with it, but it's sweet and it's fun and it's a learning experience. And literally every single time I make a table, I learn something new, and I learn a new technique, and it's something that I know that I have as a backup. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, being a physical, like, athlete, if you want to call it. I hate using that term about BMX, but
it's true.
Being a professional athlete, it doesn't last forever, so it's like, all right, well, this is cool. This is something I could do afterwards, or it's more of a hobby, and then I can make some side money at it too. So
does it calm you down? Is it grounding at all? Because it looks like the type of thing that, you know, it's tangible. You knew what you're doing after a hard day riding. It looks like you could do some content and then go into your little shop and build a table and just kind of relax, listen to music you like. Is that how it is?
No, it's actually the complete opposite. Riding is what calms me down, and making tables is completely frustrating because I'm not that good at it.
All right, that's a perfect answer. Yeah.
And a lot of people think that BMX is like, oh, you're just looking for that adrenaline rush of flying through the air, and it's like, no, it's the opposite. I'm looking for like, that's like my like safe space. Like I don't have to talk to anybody. I don't have to think about it. Like I can just drop in and like my mind just goes blank and I can just, it's satisfying. It's a satisfying feeling of being like, oh, like you jump something and like you whip it out just right and you land just perfect and you're just like, oh, that was awesome. Like that felt so good. I want to do that 100 times more, you know? So
I love it.
Trey, I got a 5 and 6 year old, both boys, and I've been looking like my wife's like, we need to get them into some extracurricular activities, like you, and then we start going through the same thing.
Well, you got to do Boy
soccer,
Scouts. You got to do Boy Scouts.
Baseball.
No problems there.
And then she's like, oh, wait, my wife's like, there's a running club, I think. And I'm like, what? And then
yes,
I
they
think,
can be the best at running.
I'm like, why not skateboard or BMX?
No. And Boy Scouts are running.
And then she's like, well, where is there a place that even she's like, I'd love that, but where do we even go? And then I'm like, well, there's got to be, because I know that there are parks that there's a big, huge famous like Woodward and that's I don't know where is that at? It's like up north somewhere.
Woodward is in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. And then but is there anything local in Florida or even in Central Florida that is like a camp or
for like
Vans
alternative?
used to do it.
Yeah.
Vans
because
used to do it.
It seems like it should be more popular, and it isn't. It's
I'd
just
sign my daughter up for it right now.
Yeah, is it lack of people just doing the business? Because there's plenty of parents that want.
I don't know as far as skateboarding goes. I can't speak on their behalf. There's no BMX camps, if you want to call it that, because I mean, I know that there are some in the world. I'm not saying that there's not any. I'm just saying I don't know of any in Central Florida, but BMX and skateboarding is meant to be an individual sport. You know what I mean? It's meant to be it's just you, the bike, and the skate park, and it's your freedom to do whatever you want. You know what I mean? And I just recommend just going to a skate park. You know what I mean? There's an Orlando skate park by the executive airport.
But Trey, you're missing on the whole goal is to drop your kid off and then have other people take care of it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they teach him the lessons and the life
I'll
lessons.
give you the honest answer.
Yeah, I just want to dump my kid off.
He wants to drop his kids off and pump his old lady. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of other parents. I just feel like there's a business model here. We just need some place to drop these kids off and then do the thing.
And then you want to...
and then I just come pick them up.
Yeah, you want to have 3 beers, smoke a J, pump your old lady, and then pick the kids up.
And I'll pay. I'll be hundreds of dollars because all these other places charge an insane amount of money. So,
Are you asking Trey to babysit your kids?
No, I feel like there's some BMX rider that could put together the business of just having the skate park
No,
and
but
a place
it sounds like you're asking him...
Huh?
To put it together and do a camp for your sons.
Someone should put it together because there's a lot of us that want to drop our kids off and we don't want baseball on a cool BMX.
When I was growing up, my dad worked lawn maintenance all day long, and he would work all day long. He'd come home, scoop me up, and he would take me to the skate park every single day till 10 o'clock at night. And he was dedicated to me riding my bike.
He's a real man.
Hold on, write that down. Dedication. I'm not dedicated to anything.
Yeah, he worked and then worked more. Oh, that's a good dad. You got a good one. My sons didn't get that lucky.
I owe everything in my life to my parents of being supportive of BMX like that. But yeah, there's no camp. I mean, there's not really any. I mean, a lot of people just drop their kids off at the skate park and they leave and then they come back and pick them up later. But as you guys know, skate parks are not exactly a how do I put this? Child-friendly environment. They have this stigma of kids smoking cigarettes in the parking lot and drinking Monsters. It's not really that's what I want. You don't show up and there's kids hydrated all day and they're taking it very seriously and it's the complete opposite. So I think if you're looking for something like that, maybe a football camp is definitely more your alley.
I'm more of a cigarette monster kind of guy.
Well, I go to the skate park to smoke my cigarettes and drink my Monsters. And I'm 44 years old.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with the cigarettes and the Monster. No problem. That's how I grew up. My son, they need to.
I smoke so much, your sons call me the cigarette monster.
Yeah, my sons are too soft, Trey. I need to toughen them up with some cigarettes and some Monster energy. That's what they need.
Perfect, then.
Yeah, they need extreme caffeine and some Camel unfiltered.
And Trey, you want to plug Shadow Conspiracy and because talk about the website and the brands.
Please.
Yeah, I have a few sponsors. I ride for Sabrosa Bikes. They make the whole bike, and then the Shadow Conspiracy, they make BMX parts, like the handlebars and stuff like that. Awesome. But they're actually both located in Longwood. They're located right here in Central Florida. They do a bunch of events for the Orlando scene and just Central Florida in general. And I've been riding for them forever. And they're a world-renowned brand that not a lot of people know is located right here in Florida. You know what I mean? They're one of the few brands that aren't in California.
Yeah.
and they're their headquarters are about a half mile from my house, and I can't be more stoked to support a brand that's local. And then I ride for Vans shoes as well.
That's really cool.
Trey, I got one more question for you. I'm curious about. So I'm wondering about how much the technology on BMX bikes have changed. So if someone gave you an exact replica of like a 1982, what brand was huge?
I don't even know.
Like rad, Huffy,
Schwinn or something like that.
Schwinn, yeah, like in 1982, like something.
I had a Diamondback, and then I had a Peugeot.
Yeah, something straight out of the movie Rad. If they gave you that bike, could you do the exact same tricks you do with your bike?
It's mostly to do with the geometry, like how steep the head tube is and how long everything is. That makes it difficult. I don't know. I've never tried. I mean, I'd give my best shot, but I mean, a lot of those bikes are just weak. They would break. That was the issue with a lot of bikes in the 80s, is that they would break. They had mags that were made of plastic, and they were just garbage bikes, you know what I mean? But, technology has definitely come a long way to where a bike can last me 2-3 years if I need to,
Cool, cool. Well, Trey, it was great talking to you,
man. What a cool time. We appreciate it, and, we hope to do it again sometime soon, man.
All right. Cool, man. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, take it easy,
care.
dude.
Those are always so fun when we get to
a local guy
sit back and chat with somebody.
We didn't even get into. He has his own festival
doing it big.
I know,
called Swamp Fest. He's got his own line of vans.
I looked at the Swamp Fest had been, obviously because of everything going on. I didn't know if we should go in that direction. It's not like they're going to be having Swamp Fest.
Well, he's selling merch still.
Yeah, we'll push the merch.
He's got his own clothing line.
I think I'm going to scoop up one of those shirts.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're very
nice
cool.
Artwork.
I like.
I want to support him because he supports local and he's local, so I want to support him.
I decided to go the dumb old man route for that interview. I was like, I'm just going to ask dumb old man questions.
I thought those were good questions. I don't think it's dumb old man.
Found a skate park that you can drop your kids off, by the way, in Orlando, that does like a skate camp and BMX nights.
Oh, really?
There you go.
All you
Google's
have to do,
a great thing.
You just search for it?
Yeah.
I like to ask our guests weird questions that they don't know.
Did you want free camp from Trey Jones?
You were asking Trey Jones to teach your kids in his backyard skate park. I know what you're doing. Here, newsflash. Your kids don't know how to ride bikes.
I was going to.
They got to know how to ride before they can start.
They don't even ride two wheels
do
yet,
tricks,
do they?
right?
No, they don't even know how to ride a bike.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You gotta start there, buddy.
You know how insulting it would be if you drive. Okay, so I just picture you drive over to Trey's house.
I'm like, teach my son how to ride a bike.
And you're like,
how much does that cost?
And he's like, all right, boys, I'll show you some tricks. We'll start with some tricks. And you're like, no. Hold on. What do you mean tricks?
Yeah.
They need to learn. So I figured they could just drop in and learn, right? I love it.
Yeah. Can he do a tail whip with training wheels?
It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. He bent the left one. Step on it and push the metal back down.
Right before the interview started, I was going to explain to him that this was going to air on radio on Monday night, and I didn't realize that it wouldn't.
No,
it doesn't.
He doesn't know what radio is.
No.
Like, I don't care.
Also, the chat room surprised me because the chat room, all they were doing is talking about Trey Jones' eyes.
Oh,
yeah, he
talking
did
about
have nice
how
eyes.
he did have beautiful eyes, but they were just like obsessed. They're like, oh, look at his eyes. Especially Norm. Norm was like falling in love, I feel like.
I'm going blind.
We're not allowed to do that anymore.
What?
Mr. Redskins.
Hold on.
Mr. Redskins is over here going, hiya. What are you doing? You okay?
I was going to say that I'm going blind. I can't see anything now.
Everybody type in caps on the chat. Tom can't see.
I couldn't even tell who I was
couldn't
talking
see
to.
his eyes?
I couldn't see anything. I can't see nothing. It's bad.
His eyes are like bright blue, and yours are cloudy milky. Yours look like somebody poured creamer into their coffee and didn't stir it.
All right, they made the leaf a barista leaf.
Your eyes have a barista leaf in them.
All right.
All right. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, let's take
Moon
a break.
boots.
Bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan with limited time. Let's get into it. Nerds. Nerds. Nerds.
Jock, nerd, jock, nerd.
It is Nerd Jock with EJ.
What's going on, guys?
live from a rent-a-car in Wisconsin.
All the way in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Spring Lake Inn in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin.
And man, oh man, I love your new wig. Holy
I know, man.
moly.
It's getting so long. I'm afraid to cut it because I have like a horn growing right here.
You still got the
Where
horn?
my spacious cyst is.
Can
I'm afraid to go to the doctor because of the whole COVID thing to get it removed.
No, it's fine. Let me pay to have your cyst removed, and then Tom will pay for you to get a sensible haircut.
It's interesting because your bit has always had the vibe of live from a rent-a-car in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But now you're bringing it to us in reality.
Now it's reality.
This is what we wanted.
Yeah. So why are you live?
Who would have known that you look better from a rent-a-car in Wisconsin than you've ever looked
Been in
live,
my office?
live from the mailroom? I mean, you call it an office. I mean, that's the janitor's closet, as Tom calls it.
So why are you live from a rent-a-car in Wisconsin?
My mother owns a cabin right on the Mississippi in Wisconsin, so that's where I'm at right now. And she also owns a farm that's up the road from it as well.
Oh, let me visit the farm.
Oh, definitely, if you want. It's like 200 acres. It's huge. Bunch of hills. There's a spring down in one of the culvers.
Great place to bury a body.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It turns.
Zombie apocalypse. This is where I'm going.
Yeah.
I feel like having and owning 200 acres is awesome if you're into like four-wheeling or hunting
Yeah.
or like. But if you're not into any of that, then you're just looking out.
Pokemon Go, 200 square acres of fresh, untouched Pokemon.
Are they going to be like? How does that Pokemon Go work? As far as are they everywhere, or do they have to be placed?
They're everywhere, and you have to catch them all, Tom.
Yep.
Hold on, but
Great segment. We'll see you next week.
if you just walk through an abandoned forest,
Sorry.
like anywhere, you'll find Pokemon because the program is just going to.
Yeah, if you put an
Generate
incense
it.
on, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Put an incense on. Pokemon like incense?
Yeah, the incense attracts Pokemon. There's like if you put it on now, there's one will spawn every minute
Oh, God.
for an hour.
Okay. It doesn't matter where you're
Like
going.
Nag Champa incense?
No, it's more like you could do incense or you could do like lures on the Pokestops.
Oh God. Let's start with sports. I can't take it
I need to
anymore. I
watch the
can't take
Pokemon.
it.
Sports are back, baby.
Yeah. Give us some
I'll
sports.
go the complete opposite way then. Have you guys heard about Lou Williams from the Clippers? What happened with him?
No.
Okay, he left the NBA bubble to go to a funeral in Atlanta, and before he came back, he went to a strip club called Magic City Strip Club because it's the best takeout food, and he has a wings spice named after him. So he has to spend an extra 10 days outside of quarantine because he went to a strip club.
Yeah, but he says he was going there just because
the
he,
wings.
get his wings.
Okay.
he likes the wings.
Just for the
which-
takeout.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That was his excuse.
Now, there were other commentators that are familiar with said place, and they said the wings are pretty damn good. I watched a lot of Sports Center or people talking. I watched the pundits in preparation for EJ, and I will tell you that multiple sources from Atlanta, and you know I love Atlanta, my Go Falcons, they say that it's
drove through there.
worth stopping. In fact, I talked to my wife about this, who loves chicken wings, and Andrea said she'd be down to roll through
Yeah.
Magic City Strip Club for some wings.
Well, did he go inside or did he get him to
He
go?
went inside.
Okay.
No, he got him
He
to
went
go.
inside. There's pictures of him with rappers on Instagram, and then they were real quickly deleted.
Wow, these ladies are
Oh, yeah.
talented.
Yeah, Sam, you'd go
I'm
with
on their
me.
website.
Yeah, I know you go with me.
Yeah.
Music's going to be better. You know that. It's not going to be any damn hair
A lot
metal
of
garbage.
acrobatics going on.
Oh,
here.
yeah. They do the flips and the swirly doos,
Man, there's okay.
and they got good wings.
There's so
Look at this menu real quick.
there's so many variables now because now you got all these players, and of course, and he's not the only guy. He's just the only one guy who got caught.
Yeah.
Like the other guys are
Did
going
someone
out.
narc on him?
Oh, well, there's a lot. Well, we reported this, last week? It was old, what's his name? The
Oh,
narc.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. What, Tony Parker? Or
Chris Paul,
Chris
yeah.
Paul? Or whom? I don't know any basketball players. I'm just yelling names.
So
Could be Muggsy Bogues for all I know.
you've got young 20-year-old millionaires, and that by all accounts,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they figure that they're not scared of actually getting COVID. You know what I'm saying?
They don't believe it.
So not
And
even
they're dumb da dum dum dum.
well, not even that they don't believe it, but they're just like, I'm young, healthy, whatever. I'm fine. And then
It's as real as AIDS when you're young, right?
but they think like that. They're entitled because they're millionaires. I know that this is supposed to be a business because this is, but these guys are going to go out and do these things, and the ones that get caught, they're going to be, in the quarantine for a long time. Is going to affect their team. Like
Christine in our Twitch
Oh, it's a
chat
mess.
room, Christine says they can get wings in the bubble. They need to stop being so damn spoiled. Christine, they're not
true.
Magic City Strip Club wings.
Also,
Not all wings are good wings.
That's true.
I'll support that. I've had some garbage chicken wings.
Also, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna try to get away with things. You're gonna get caught.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a mess for
It's
a while.
going to be a
Yeah.
mess for a while. If you're going to get wings, just
The one meme I saw was
He wants to go to the
T words over title, so he's going to strip clubs instead of trying to win title for the Clippers because he was the sixth man for like 2 years straight. I think he is.
It's hard for these players because in their mind they're like, I'll go to the strip club and I'll still play basketball. It'll be fine, but it's not about that. Is it? They want to go to the strip club.
The elite
They're
think they can
selfish.
do what they want. What?
Yeah.
But a lot of people though, and I'm kind of that way too. It's like
They're
when
stars.
it's like when you go on a diet, you have to apply the same type. Like nobody likes to be told what they can and can't do. You know what I mean? Like even if you don't want to do it, you like to feel like as an American or whatever
You're in
you want.
control.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want to do. Like when your doctor says you can't eat that anymore. I mean, a lot of people have a very tough time taking that advice because they don't like being told what to do.
Or they think that it's being too precautious. They're like, what does it matter? I'll go to the strip club. I get tested before the game
mean,
anyway.
Strip club's probably not the best place to go.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what they're thinking, and they're.
I don't even like having to go to Publix.
You're young and horny. You're selfish. You're like, whatever.
Yeah.
What's it matter? And they're like, oh, I'm going to get tested before an hour before I play anyway. So if I got it, then
What does it matter?
Yeah, but why take the chance?
Because
You're not thinking about it.
in
You
their
think you're immune.
Yes.
well, no, in their mind, they'll be fine. They're like, whatever. Like I went to the strip club before this happened. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? They justify wanting to go to the strip club, but I could totally understand it, and I don't think how do you stop anybody? Between like
No, you
putting
just
security
give them
on the door.
consequences, right? Like, okay,
Yeah.
well, you don't get to play.
Right.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
really all you can do.
Yeah, he will. We'll see what happens.
It
right?
turns out consequences don't necessarily stop bad actions.
Right.
It never happens, right?
Right.
because the consequences
We
are
have
never.
We
they're
have
never-
jail time with still crime,
but they're not severe enough. Like I'm sure if they put the mandate down, hey, if you leave the bubble, you're instantly fired from the team, and your contract is null and void. Then maybe you got a different story.
Yeah.
But if it's just hey,
The owners would never do that because they're like,
No.
too good.
of course not. And there's your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it goes back to mess.
Yeah,
Just a
giant mess. What else you got?
Well, we'll talk about that old story from the Bellagio. Remember when they posted those bets that were after the post time?
Yes.
Yeah. I heard about this.
Yeah, they voided all those bets.
Yeah.
So they got one guy that made all that money. He's not going to get the money now.
I knew that was happening. Like when the story came out that they were gonna give him the option of like taking the money and never being allowed to bet again and like that, then I was like, that's kind of generous from the casinos, because they don't need to pay this
No.
off. They can go and say that it was a it was
an anomaly, and you got to.
the mistake in the program, whatever, but I'm sure those players are going to go to the gaming commission and try to fight it. Which is not that good for casinos because the gaming commission sides with players most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. It's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's move on.
Yeah, and it shows you. Here's the thing. That's what's so frustrating about gambling is that if you ever really get good at it, they're going to stop taking
you're
your
done.
bets. Like you can only
Well, that's
get.
when you win. You move on to a new hobby. Right?
Yeah. You spend your life trying to find an edge and make money, and then you finally get to 60% or 55%, and they stop letting you bet.
Yeah.
Now, not all of them will do it, but they can refuse your bets at any time and just and really not pay you. you, if they think you're cheating or whatever. Anyway.
Correct. What else you got?
Let's move on. Talk about that old story from the Bellagio. Remember when they posted those bets that were after the post time?
Yeah.
Yeah, they voided all those bets. So they got one guy that made all that money. He's not going to get the money now.
What else you got?
The other thing I got is the Marlins, like 11 players and coaches tested positive for COVID, and it's going to shut down the Marlins team, it looks like, for the baseball with only 4 days old into the season.
Yeah, Andrea told me that. We have been watching a ton of baseball in the Dennis household. I'm kind of enjoying it. It's kind of fun. I've been going back and forth between that and the MLS's back tournament, and they play at the same time, which is really, really fun. So you can just you can dance back and forth between and just do sports all night if you want to.
Yeah, it's weird to see where they decide to wear masks. Like sometimes they'll wear it while they're at the plate next to the catcher and the umpire. And sometimes they won't wear it at the plate, but they'll wear it while they're running the bases. It's weird.
Andrea and I were laughing because
no one knows.
A lot of them wear them, like the third base coach or somebody will wear a mask, but then he'll still cover his mouth when he's or his hands when he's doing signals and they cover their mouth when they're doing stuff. It's like, you don't need to do that, dude. You got a mask
it's
on.
muscle memory.
Yeah, it's just they're all in the...
Yeah.
But it's fun. We were watching it. We were laughing because a couple guys hit home runs, and they had the cardboard cutouts out there.
Yeah.
And they're just beaming these cardboard cutouts. They're falling over. I'm like, yeah, get them. Yeah, we were having a lot of fun watching it. It's good.
So now, do you know any of the logistics as far as so they forfeit the games, or are they playing with subs?
I think that's what they're going to do. They have a bigger pool of players to pull from, so they'll pull some of the guys from their minor leagues real fast and put them on the team that have been in quarantine.
They've already postponed some games, though, right?
Yeah. I think the Yankees and the Red Sox have both postponed some games.
That sucks.
Because the testers didn't even show up.
This could be a hell of a good, if you're Johnny minor league, right? And you could show up. And you could go in there, and if you get on a hot streak, or maybe this is your
luck,
time, and
you hit a home run, some of it's luck.
And what if it's like a Brady scenario? You get in there and you get a rhythm, and you actually play okay. You could end up dancing yourself into a good contract, right?
Yeah,
and Drew Bledsoe's gone.
Right.
What's interesting, and this plays into the NFL too. Now they've no training camps really. And then no
preseason. That was the other story I had.
So with the no preseason, this is like a tremendous hindrance to rookies because preseason, and undrafted
or the guys that are on the bubble of the roster.
Yeah,
gives you a taste.
But also, if you think about it, a tremendous opportunity just because I'm sure the NFL is going to have positive COVID cases, and then they're going to have to quarantine a certain amount of starters, and then bring up practice squad people to fill in the place. So you have now you can't make your impression during preseason, but this whole season you could play at any time based on who gets COVID, right?
Yeah. Plus a lot of players are opting out because they don't think the risk is worth it. I think it was one of the linemen from the Patriots opted out of his contract because he was not worth the risk, he said.
Yeah, I saw that. And some people have family with immune deficiencies and things, and
heard a couple of those instances as well.
Yeah, so there's there's players that are weighing that risk and stuff, but for the most part, it looks like NFL's happening, and they're going to push forward. But who knows, how many times they're going to have to quarantine players? I'm telling you, man, it's this is ripe for some sort of gambling movie of people getting into the testing centers and paying off those people to let the gamblers know first who's tested positive, because it's such a huge edge. Imagine your whole offensive line gets tested positive. They're all together, and you find that out. You bet heavy.
Well, then you hide that, though, if you're the team. Now, hold on. I'm not saying you hide it in order to get other people infected. But just like you would if Tom Brady had the flu, you ain't going to say anything until, right before they blow the whistle, and then, somebody else walks out on the field as the backup, right? You want to keep that hidden.
False positive.
Yeah, there's
you should make a false positive.
Oh, I would.
You get people say, "Hey, you're positive. You can't play."
I would false positive my whole entire team, everybody, and then before game day, walk out. Nah, they were negative. We lied to you.
Psych.
So
take that,
EJ. So this is a pretty interesting topic. So teams have to report their injury status. I think it's what does it come out Thursday or Friday or something for the games that weekend?
But the injury report. Yeah,
there's
Bill Belichick's a master of putting everyone on it.
Yeah. Like Tom Brady's been on like the probable injury report his entire career or whatever. But like
Every week last year when I had him.
the rules state that they have to state at a certain time like
Right.
the actual information,
Correct.
or they could be fined or whatever. Does that COVID like, or I wonder how?
I don't know.
Because
They'll have to add it in, I'm sure.
because I think the COVID tests are happening like a couple hours before the game, and they test everybody, and then they go out. So then, when do you find out who?
That's a great question.
I mean, we probably don't even know, right?
I think it comes down to like the players' agreement that they signed just a couple weeks ago to figure out if they were going to play or not. So I don't know the ins and outs of the collective bargaining agreement, but that has to be in there somewhere in the literature or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll look into it today so we can possibly update it. But yeah, that's interesting to think that you could use that information. That is your edge, right?
So when do we know as fans what players are playing? Like how many hours before the game? Do we know like right before the game? Like, oh God, these players tested positive, they will not play. Like,
Great question.
We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah. I'm sure. It's
Yeah, we're gonna have to
out
look
there,
into
yeah.
that.
But anyway,
Because it happened in MLS too.
Yeah.
When you had entire teams, you'd like go in the middle of the week and they'd be like, well, they're going home because they tested positive. I'm like, well, when did that happen?
Yeah. Like when did?
Yeah.
So does the team know first? For sure the team knows, but then immediately the press knows.
I don't know if they do that because we've learned the hard way that whenever you let the dum-dums, right, know first, you got to let. I would imagine that he goes doctors to then organization. So
League
let's-
office probably.
League office, yeah.
league office would be first, and then they disseminate the information from there.
To the
Because you
player,
don't
yeah.
want, like, back in the day, Mr. Twitter, Roddy White on the Atlanta Falcons, you don't want to let that guy know he tested positive.
yeah,
He'd be tweeting it crazy.
Yeah,
He'd be throwing racial slurs in there. He'd be
COVID.
starting a war.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't want that.
But man, then you got some intern in the league office calling me saying, "Hey, Lamar Jackson got COVID," and then
Yeah. Then you're back crazy.
Yeah. Then a bookie sawing my feet off because I'm robbing him. Anyway,
Well, is that it? We want to go to Nerd? We got limited time for Nerd. You got about a couple minutes.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go to. Have you? Okay, Tom, do you know who Ray Park is?
Lincoln Park, what?
Yeah, I know who Lincoln Park is.
Yeah.
Only my favorite band behind Hoobastank.
You broke up a bit there, EJ.
Uh-oh.
We didn't hear
Okay,
the
there you
question.
go. Tom, do you know who Ray Park is?
Ray Parker Jr. Yes, he wrote the Ghostbusters song.
yeah. Da-da-da-da-da.
No, Ray Park.
If there's something strange, calling in from Wisconsin, who you gonna call? Doofy haircuts.
I don't know who that
But
is.
Tom, do you know who Ray Park is?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You know I
He's the guy
don't.
that played Darth Maul and Toad from X-Men.
Garth? Who is Garth Maul?
Who's Toad?
Darth.
Oh, I thought he,
Toad from X-Men.
I thought you.
He's
I
got
thought
a
I.
long tongue.
I thought I
that's
missed
It's
one.
acid.
I thought you said Garth Maul. I'm like,
He's the country singer.
He also played Snake Eyes in G.I. Joe.
oh, all right.
Okay.
And G.I. Joe, yeah.
So what
Well,
about him?
on his Instagram, he put up a Not Safe for Work BJ video.
What?
And they're trying to figure out what went wrong, whether he got hacked or
Easy,
if
Garth.
it was,
Was
like
it
revenge porn. Or,
His or it was a random
it was
person?
supposedly his wife and him, but there's also stories that it might be the kid that was playing Boba Fett in the.
Oh,
the
come
prequels
on.
What kind of
also.
Star Wars lore
Hold
is
on.
this?
Look it up. Hold on.
I don't want to
Wait,
see Garth
how's
Maul's BJ video. I
how's
don't
his
wanna see
Toad?
that.
Why'd you say-
I don't want to see his Toad.
Why'd you say not safe for work? That's a weird thing to say. People like,
Yeah, like, is there any BJ video that's safer? I mean, I don't know where you work, EJ, but if I put that on here, even in this liberal,
Yeah.
way that we run things here, I have a feeling Sam's going to pull Tom aside
Yeah,
and
what-
ask me to stop playing my safe for work BJ video.
But it was like it has a bunch of fans. Like, what's going on? Was he hacked? Was it revenge porn? Which supposedly his wife came forward and said it wasn't revenge porn. So that's the positive thing, I guess, about it. I think he was just drunk Instagramming, maybe.
Oh my God!
So
what an idiot!
how do you accidentally put up your own sex tape on Instagram?
Man.
Like that
Sounds like something you'd do, actually.
no, that
Because you're
don't
kind of fumbly with social media.
Hold on, but like there's a I mean, it's not like you butt
I'm sorry?
some people butt
Don't talk
Instagram
about
stuff,
my butt.
Oh, accidentally post.
yeah, like post stuff, but but the video. Okay, so all right.
Here's a screenshot of it. Let me get EJ out of the way. I guess he's
All right.
That looks a little bit like Carl Tully.
yeah,
It does.
and he's
It looks like Carl Tully on hydroxycut.
you know what? I can't find it. But anyway, we got to go to break. We got to go.
Oh, okay. Oh, well. So, all right. Should we go to break and
Yeah.
then come back with more nerd, or is this
Yeah.
done? Or
I don't know. How many more nerds you got?
I got like 3 more.
All right, just walk it through them. Yeah, let's get it done.
GoFest was this weekend. I had a great time doing it. I caught a bunch of shinies.
Oh, I forgot to
Witcher,
tell you.
the prequel is coming out.
I didn't get your thing. It's on back order.
It's on back order.
Yeah.
I had to shake my phone the whole way up here. I got like 20 miles just shaking my phone on the 20-hour trip.
Send me
that I was
another
doing
link.
on
Send
the
me
way up
another
here.
link today. I am going to order it, but you got to send me a better link.
Okay, I'll find a better link.
All right.
But yeah, GoFest was this weekend. It was fun. I went to Universal and SeaWorld and played, which was fun. Wearing a mask. Seth didn't come with me because he stood me up.
Well, I mean, it's.
yeah. He's got.
He doesn't even want to do. He doesn't even want to be around us, let alone you. So.
Yeah. Also, he's got a 22-year-old girlfriend,
Yeah.
and he just pump crazy.
Yeah, I know what he does. He smokes marijuana, pump crazy, karate.
That's Squirtle.
It sounds like an awesome life.
It does. Like
except for the seeds.
yeah.
Yeah. Too many scenes.
If he just used drugs to keep that body instead of the working out and the seeds, they're way better.
Yeah, I also don't want to ever have that many MRIs.
No, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like-
yeah, being crazy that hinders it.
Yeah, even I have less MRIs than him. And I have a lot of MRIs.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got?
Well, the other thing I got is the Witcher prequel got approved for Netflix
Yeah.
called Blood Origin, which I'm looking forward to that. Which they haven't even finished filming season 2 all the way
I
because
know.
of the COVID.
I think it's weird that they're doing that, but hey, I mean, green light, more cool stuff. I'm okay with that.
I wonder if certain
Yeah.
shows are more advantageous during these situations than others. For instance, like there's probably a lot of other productions that shut down. They probably can't come back for a long time because there's like too many people. But like maybe Witcher because of the
Yeah.
size, and maybe they're filming outside or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
The one that I thought they'd
Series
be
of-
able to control the most, to me, was Mandalorian, because they use that technology with those huge screens to make the universe.
yeah.
So that, to me, if you have some warehouses and some doctors that can test and people are staying in the bubble, I think you could Mandalorian your face off if you wanted to, right? Because they're going to make all those backgrounds look crazy.
Yeah, and then editors are all
Yeah,
separate.
like
and
CG.
yeah.
But I think the ones that are really going to hurt are going to be your less technological shows, like a show like my wife likes, like that Sweet Magnolias, which is really just a relationship show.
Yeah,
How do you
yeah.
even film that when people can't like get close to each other and you have tons of extras? And
Well, maybe instant testing day of. Everybody tests when they come in to work, and then they
one
they-
person could shut the entire thing down, right?
Well, I guess
Yeah.
if you have one person positive, but the rest were negative, then you go. I don't know what It's a big pain in the ass.
It's
My
a mess.
God,
It's a mess.
what a
I
pain!
say just,
Okay, the last thing I got
do it.
The last thing I got is Halloween Horror Nights got canceled, which is
Yeah.
kind of sad. But there's no way you could do it safely, so I understand that.
You could let
Yeah.
one person in at a time.
Well, in
For
Japan,
20
I
years.
I'm not sure if it's I don't think it is Universal, but I'll have to look. In Japan, they're doing a drive-through haunted.
The drive-through
houses,
one, yeah, I saw that with the zombies.
That's
pretty cool.
That's
garage
called
spaces.
Crystal Burger. I've been to that before. It's,
Also,
it's scary as hell going through that drive-through.
I think I might rather do that.
I mean,
I don't know.
Here's
I'm not into haunted houses.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
well, this is coming from
We
me. I was about
drive
to say,
over some zombies.
though. No, you
So
put them on
they
a
run
track,
over.
like in a car wash. It's fine.
well, I've seen the people accidentally like
Yes.
put the
Yeah, you
car in
wouldn't
the
be
gear.
able to have any kind of
No
alcohol
old
beverage.
people, because they're always driving through fruit
Yeah.
stands.
Yeah.
No old people allowed.
You would have to, you'd have to take them driving.
You know what's
completely out of the
still
equation.
open? We got to get out of here. We got to go bye-bye. But you know what's still open, and they only have one person working?
What?
Still open, and God bless them. I actually think we should take my new leased car down there Bikini car wash.
Oh, yeah.
Baywatch is open,
Baywatch.
and there's
Oh,
one girl.
It's been open.
There's only one girl.
Well, I look every day.
Yeah, I look every day, too. I drive up there just for fun.
When it's closed, I'm a little sad.
I drove by your house like my dad would when his friends were getting their houses done.
Yeah.
He'd drive by and go, I want to see what kind of what they're doing to the house. And I drive by and I look, and then I shoot down your street real fast.
Yeah.
I'm nosy, but I don't want you to know I'm nosy. And then I go up to Baywatch.
Every time I see the Bunchy, I salute it.
I salute the party. Write that down.
I'm like, I'll Bunchy, salute, and then keep driving.
You know what? COVID didn't stop. Goddamn Bikini Car Wash still out there. She's masked up. Her mask is actually bigger than her bottoms.
Yeah.
I believe that.
They wash a lot
EJ, I'm hanging up on you.
of navigators.
Okay,
and
bye.
Mike.
I love you. Bye.
There's a certain
There's a certain car.
that always wash.
And it's a lot of special needs people.
Yeah.
A lot of handicapped people love the Bikini Car Wash.
Yeah.
That's an
There's a-
interesting fact.
It is. It is. You see a lot of larks out there. A lot of those little scooters. We got to go.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
It is another corporate time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Butler's in the other room holding things down. How you guys doing? Happy Wednesday. What's new? and exciting? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember when Tom used to do that? You know what? Pizza party for
Thank
you,
you.
Sam. Anytime you can bring the shame that early in a show. Ooh, man, what was that, 4 seconds in? 4 seconds in. Shame.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, used to do this comedy thing. I wouldn't even call it comedy. It was just
I don't know what you're talking about.
it was a thing where I'd have to go and talk. And there's a sponsor before it, and I just, make fun of people, whatever.
Yeah.
And the woman, the comedy, and then Steve from Porky's asked me every Wednesday to say it's Hump Day, and I didn't.
Well,
like
people
it.
loved it.
I was like, "Come on, Steve, I don't. It's too corny. I don't want to say Hump Day." He's like, "Come on, just say it."
They love it. They love it.
It was like, fine.
It's like right now, somewhere in the Midwest, there are people, hey, you heard about that new show, The Masked Singer? You know what I mean? Like, it's like things progress slower
Right.
Yeah.
with simpler people, and you were
Yeah.
simple Wednesday Tom.
Yeah. That's
Simple,
what they call me.
They called you Simple Hump Day Tom. Here you go, buddy. This is brand new.
Wednesday never meant anything to me. The title's crazy, but Tom's the one who's in charge of me. He pays me monies and tells me to make the funnies on the show. What a stupid show. So what? Tom treats me like I'm Seth. He hasn't paid me in a week. And what a freaking week. It's gonna be real soon. I'm gonna have to boil and eat my feet just to stay alive. The things I'll do to stay alive and eat, I will have to eat my feet. I'll have to eat my feet on the corner with a bear suit on, spinning a sign, just spinning along, sporting a pocket full of change. I guess I should just go get a job and be a fat, productive slob, calling the show to talk about my day. And I will be the one that amuses Tom Van. The one that amuses Tom Van. The one that amuses Tom Van. Tom Van. Tom Van.
My God, they're doing a whole song
Oh,
now.
yeah. He'll do the whole song. He'll do it
Apparently, he
all.
didn't get my.
I think he had already recorded 10 before you made
Oh
that
my
announcement.
God! Yeah, he does them like
Fast.
Oh, yeah,
fast.
yeah. It's amazing. It was I said, hey, you know what? I tend to do this to people. After so many years of working for free, hey, I'll just give you some money now.
Yeah.
And then
I saw you pay him $1,000.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, wow,
No. And then
that's a lot of songs.
and then when you offer to pay people, they start really doing work.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
they actually work for money?
Can you
What?
believe that?
It's weird.
It's crazy.
I never even thought of it.
I gave this homeless guy like money the other day, and he gave it to me down there. If you know what I mean?
They'll do that.
He
You
gave
don't
you the
do
Darth
that.
Maul.
Yeah.
He gave me the.
Yeah, you don't
he gave
have
me
to
the Garth Mall.
You don't just have to give them the money.
No.
They should have to do something.
He asked me. He's like, "Hey, can you spare some money?" I said, "If you do that." And he's like, "All right." And I'm like, I was like, "This is great."
He'll do anything.
Yeah.
He's addicted and mentally ill.
Stop, don't say that phrasing. On the line with us is Josh. Welcome to Weird Garth Mall Wednesday, Josh.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, you're our winner. What is your weird job?
Well, I'm a dental technician, and I make partial dentures.
All right.
Why don't you just go ahead and make the full denture?
Well, some people, they want to hang on to their last two snaggle teeth, and you just got to go around them. They just...
Go around them.
No, my dad had a partial for a little while after busted his teeth out, and man, that was off-putting. He called it his flipper, and he could, and then eventually he got the implant to replace the one he smashed out. But man, and that's what you make, like the little flippers.
Well, that's one thing. Flipper is just like a single tooth, just a real small thing. Partial dentures can be the one to almost all your teeth. I mean, people actually hang on to, they'll have two teeth left, and they'll get a partial denture made rather than just pulling them and have a real denture.
Fun fact for those of you that love radio, there's no video funnier than Melissa Fox's tooth falling out while she's talking, and then it rattles on the table, and man, Tom and I laughed at that.
So, Josh.
Oh, God, it's good.
I gotta
Josh.
find that.
Oh, it's good. I'll find it for you.
You brought
Shout
up
out to Melissa.
You brought up a phenomenon that I'm familiar with because I often would laugh at it, and this was back a long time ago when I'd come into contact with a lot of people that had, let's say,
Questionable dental hygiene?
unfortunate teeth.
Unfortunate teeth.
Oh, make that
And
song.
I knew you were going to do that.
Brian might make that song. I'll
we
pay you
want poor.
$25.
Oh, please.
And
Poor
sing it as Ursula.
Yes, you have to.
Poor unfortunate teeth. I'll help Mike. I'm going to be at his studio. I'll
That's
help.
true.
I will help
You'll
sing
be on
this
4
song.
Airwalk soon.
So, Josh, then I would see these people a lot because they'd come to whatever 7-Eleven I was in hucking Oreo cakes out of.
People, hucking is an underused word, by the way. Write that down. Plus, people.
That's what I think he meant Hawking, but he said
I
Hucking.
like
It's
hucking.
fine.
I like hucking.
I meant what
Flush it
I
out,
said.
flush it out. It's fine.
So,
Huckleberry Tom.
anyway, and then I sometimes I get to know them well enough where I'd ask them, like, hey, you're gonna get something done with your teeth, and then
I like them to smell like a graveyard.
or they'd tell me like, hey, I'm getting implants on the uppers, but like not on the lowers, because I want to hold on to my.
Wait a minute. Implants. It's another rich man, poor man.
Hold on.
Because some girls
For one
get
more
implants,
time.
and then some get
Those are expensive. Anyway, what I'm getting at is they'd always tell me I'm going to keep. I want to keep my last teeth that I have. I don't want to go full like a grandpa with full dentures.
Yeah, why? It's like my wife holding onto her blanket.
Yes, yeah. And then I'm like, why do you want to keep those? They are garbage.
Yeah.
That's it. So what do you think that is? Is the psychology that they at least have some teeth left? Why not just go full?
They're jet black.
Yeah.
It makes no sense because it's way better to have a full denture. It's better for your jaw. Those last two teeth aren't going to do nothing. That partial actually slowly destroys it because you have a metal piece holding it retained in your mouth. So that little piece of metal jiggles around slowly over time and just rots it out, and then you have another rotten tooth.
Is it just people are embarrassed to have dentures, or
I think so, yeah.
It's always been like an old person thing? You put
A lot of people don't know I have dentures, and I'm completely okay with it. We have really, really very brittle teeth in the dentist household, and right around the age of 19, 20, I had every single one of my teeth fall out while I was sleeping all at one time. I woke up basically with a turtle mouth. There's nothing in there.
It's true. I seen him sneeze them out before.
Yeah. Well, those are...
One time he sneezed them out into the fish.
Yeah, I did. The fish ate them.
The fish just chopped them clean.
Chopped them up good. But then I got my denture, and at first I got my dentures in, and I told them, don't cut any lines in them. I want them one big cartoon tooth. But then eventually they convinced me to cut lines in them, and then I had them grout them up. Grout between the lines.
Like my tile. So, what is it? what are the cost of a pair of dentures nowadays? Like, say I come to you, I already got my teeth out, so I just want.
There you go.
How much for dentures? Yeah, I just want a full set of realistic looking
But big.
dentures.
We want big. We want the XLs.
Yeah, I want some big Buseys if you're going to give them to me.
Yeah, he doesn't want the tiny little dolphin teeth. He wants the big.
They're like implants. You got to go big to notice them.
Absolutely.
So what are they running there?
Well, actually, what I do, luckily, I don't have to deal with any of the patients. We don't see people. I just work in the lab, so you still have to go to your dentist, and they make all the money. They charge you for a basic cheapo set is about $1,000 for dentures, and we sell that for about $250.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's a big upcharge.
Yeah.
So when you
Can you make me a set just to have so when I do need them, I can pop them in?
I've made sets for all kinds of people. I've made sets for kids. I've made sets. We tried making a set for a dog. We've made sets for damn near anything.
What do we have that we can make a set of teeth for?
So
For Dory.
Let's make a set of teeth for either one of our fish, Butler's butt, or what can we do?
I'm curious. So
I'll figure it out.
When you say you get an order in, and they send you like an impression of the person's gums, right?
Yeah, we just get the impression. That's basically all we get, and some instructions on a prescription.
And when you go to put what are the teeth made out of?
Well, they've got some old school. They still consider more expensive. They're actually made of ceramic, but all the rest are just made out of nylon. Almost everything dental is either made out of titanium. I make my stuff out of chrome cobalt, which is a metal, and nylon. Everything's shot out of nylon, pretty much.
Okay, so
I want all metal teeth.
Yeah.
I don't want any nylon teeth because they'll wear down like skateboard wheels.
yeah. You want to be like Jaws from
007. Yeah.
So
Chomping through cables and stuff.
by the way, did he have an enormously strong jaw?
Yeah, no
Because
pocket knife
Just the
needed.
teeth. You would just be like tongue.
I'm like, God, these are hard to move.
Just because your teeth are metal doesn't mean you could chomp through a cable.
Also, if you have metal teeth, you can start a fire in the woods. Just by you lay on your side and just chomp, chomp, chomp. Chomp some hay.
So my question is, do you get a picture of the person's face or anything? Or like, is it just everybody gets the standard? Or do you color them different by age?
They try to match your current teeth, right?
Like, I always feel it's weird when like a real old person has bright Buseys.
Yeah, they're almost like purple white.
Yeah. It's like, I assume like a Joe Biden has dentures, right? He's got the big bright
Probably.
Buseys. Yeah. And most people over, what do you think it is? What's the age where you think most people have dentures, Josh?
Full dentures, I would say they start in the mid-50s. Mid-50s is by between that and your 70s is your most common full dentures. Partials, you see partials from anything because it's a cheap version of just getting, instead of a crown or a bridge or an implant, a partial only costs you about $150. That won't cost us. From the dentist, it still really doesn't cost that much, less than $300. And that way you've replaced anything. So yeah, you see everything from 20-year-olds all the way up to your 80s. Some of them still are hanging on to those two snaggle teeth.
I'm sorry, I just came across a video of Joe Biden with his teeth falling out at a debate last year.
Oh, come on. Leave him alone. He's fine.
It's fine.
So,
Totally fine.
So, going back to my question, does everybody get the same teeth, or do you change?
I think you change them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's thousands of types of teeth. We have racks that are these little tiny drawers full of little tiny tooth cards that have about 6 teeth on each one. And what you do is you do match what was prior to in there. So sometimes they'll take an impression before they pull your teeth, so you can match what was there. Sometimes they'll send a picture. A lot of time the doctor the dentist has seen enough stuff. He knows he'll just give you the numbers and the shade color, and you don't have to do anything. You just go to the drawer, pull out that number and color, and you're set.
What's the darkest shade color that you guys will arguably go, considering the fact that it's like at some point
What if I want black teeth?
Yeah, at some point you're just making like
what if
dark
That could be a
brown-
fashion statement.
Yeah, what if I want novelty
dark brown teeth?
What if
Like
I want
black or
rainbow?
red
What if I want rainbow teeth?
Oh, like
or
Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Or like purple teeth for Orlando City? Can you make any color?
I want bright yellow corn teeth. Does anybody do that?
They call it the Gibson.
Can you make me a set of horrible Mel Gibson smoking teeth so I can pop them in whenever I want to yell at Andrea and go, "My dinner!"
Yeah, they've got some pretty dark. I mean, the lowest we probably go is the C3, maybe even a D, but normally we don't even bother. Once it's to that point, they've probably lost all their teeth. And then we put,
give me that D3
Oh, it's bad.
brown diarrhea teeth.
Give me them D3 Gibsons. Sorry, I yell at my wife.
My God, are those your teeth? They look like planks from Noah's Ark. Oh my God, they're so dark. Why did you just stain those? What is that? A grandfather clock?
Also, it makes sense to me. You know how
Did you say open sesame? Oh my God, the floor just opened up.
if you get a tan, it makes like the old Mitch Hedberg joke.
Look how much whiter my teeth look.
Like I was gonna get a teeth whitening, but I got a tan instead, like Mitch Hedberg. And so your complexion of your face and the brightness of your teeth, there's a correlation there, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a darker skin tone, do you
lighten up the white of the teeth?
Yeah. Do you take down the brightness of the?
Yeah, bring that down 3 shades. Give me a B1 on that.
Because you don't want too bright.
oh, bleach white, all of them.
Are you being serious? Or no, like you don't want to give.
You'd be surprised. The majority of your full dentures, that's what they say. Give me the brightest ones they got, because they've been dealing with those old yucky yellows for years. And like, forget this, I got new teeth. They're ready to show up.
But that's like the guy who goes from total gray hair to jet black. It's like too noticeable. You're like, what is it? You dyed your beard, Fisher.
Leave him alone.
I'm just saying. You want to comb it in slowly. You should. You know what you should. Oh, I got an idea. You know, in motocross goggles, when they get mud on them, they have rip-off film.
You want so you'll never have to brush your teeth again.
So no, you start.
It'll kick your upper lip out.
You start with yellow, like you had, and then every month you rip off another shade, get lighter, so people don't notice.
Progressively.
You can't go from rotten jet black Gibsons to bright white Buseys.
I got a better idea.
It's too much of a change.
Josh, how about transitions? How about teeth that when you go outside turn brown, but when you're inside, bright white?
Oh, yeah. They're like my son's nerd glasses.
Yeah, transitions.
So good luck. That sounds pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if we can pull it off.
What about glow in the dark?
Porcelain as well. You stack porcelain on top, and it's all. It's some nasty stuff.
Sam said, "How about glow in the dark?" And if you came to the studio, could you put a diamond on my tooth? Because I want to do that.
We can definitely diamond it up. And really, if you get any kind of ceramic, like even if it's not technically for dental, we've a lot of our ceramists here, they'll take and do that. So yeah, crazy colors, glow in the dark, anything that you can put with regular ceramic and goes in a kiln.
What did you call those people?
You can layer on teeth.
What'd you call those people? Ceramus? That's my porn name. Ceramus. God, I dress like a knight. And
Josh.
All I do is serve up the D.
I got a question for you. So I've known a lot of people throughout my life that work for companies and then can get a discount because they'll tell me, like, hey, my company lets me do my own work after hours. So, like, there's a dealership.
Pull up out back, come in the back,
so
and then we'll get you some dentures.
I used to know a mechanic at a dealership that after hours I used to take this old car I had there and he'd work on it because he was allowed to do that and just under the table work kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dave Matthews Band.
So are you, like, let's say I want some dentures and I don't want to go through the doctor to get them, and so I just get the at-home gum mold kit I get on Amazon.
Oh, yeah, because they sell those.
I bet you do. I bet if you
look up at-home gum mold.
Look up at-home denture kit. I bet they sell it. The
impression kit. Yeah.
And so
at-home impression kit, they're everywhere.
Okay, yeah. So then I get the impression kit, and then I go to like a.
Well, let's do this.
I go to a Walmart parking lot. I give you the bag of the impressions.
Again, Etsy has everything you want.
Yeah. And then how much?
Etsy is so Etsy. Really, if you do that, there is so many. I worked for a guy that I didn't even know was under the table selling stuff on dentures. I won't put his name on there because he's out of local, like Lake County. He's here real close, and he sells thousands and thousands of illegal dentures. You send them in through the mail, and he makes them for you.
How is that illegal?
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
It's got to be licensed.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty illegal. doing dental work, because he'll go over, let's say you have like an abscess tooth or a broken tooth or something, you go over it, and it'll cause an infection in a hurry because you're covering an open wound.
Like, he's just selling a product.
Yeah, it's like vampire teeth in Halloween. It should be just like, hey, if you want to put these in your mouth and have
that's up to you. I'm just providing you.
You got to sign that form like everybody does for fireworks, where it says you're going to scare the seagulls.
So anyway, back to my Grift and Dentures, which would be my new my podcast on the 80s. But
welcome to Grift and Dentures.
So
calm volume.
Could you make me a set at your work, like after hours?
I do it at work. It's easier to get permission. They're pretty cool here, so I've done it for friends and family and stuff. Help people out. Yeah. We're pretty relaxed about that. It's easier to get permission and do it the right way than it is to risk doing it after work.
So bare bones, the Tom Van deal. Like, I'll let you come in and watch a show.
We're not doing that right
now. In the future.
I'll open the window and you can look through the window.
And then
you have to stand in the grass.
I could even tell you stories while you're making my dentures, whatever you want. What are you going to charge?
How are you going to do that while he's taking the mold of your teeth?
It's going to be How much would you charge me for a set of dentures, full set?
We could work out a merch trade.
That's a real man apron. I get some free teeth.
Yeah.
Don't put the real.
I'm getting paid to do it while I'm doing it. I mean, it like I'm losing anything on here.
Don't wash the apron. All the green will fly out of it.
So, all right, let's finish with this. What do you get paid there, Josh? And is it like a full-time 8-hour shift? Do you just making dentures all day, every day?
Yep, I work sitting in a rolling chair 8 to 10 hours a day, and I'll be cleared. I'll be just shy of 90 this year, so it's pretty good.
You sound young for 90.
Did you have to go to school for this?
31. Sort of. It isn't it's more like a technical school, but after you work a certain amount of time, I've been doing it 10 years, so I've been doing it a while. After you put a certain amount of time hands-on, you can get certified, basically school-free. But I've been to, your basic little small niche classes and seminars and tech classes, stuff like that.
Josh, let me ask you this. Do you have a knack for, molding, art and things like, are you an artistic guy? Because does it take, someone who has a skill for, molding things? And, you know what I'm saying?
You got to have a decent eye, I would imagine.
It's like Bus Decker's wife. She can do clay and make plates and stuff. I don't think...
She's a potter.
I don't think everybody could do that. I couldn't do that. I'm not artistic.
You are, but
I was going to say, surprisingly, I'm like real man style things. I fish, hunt, things like that, and more hands-on stuff. I was a welder before I did this, and I weld now with a laser welder. It's almost identical. Everything I do is working with metal, so you kind of need the hands-on and working for what I do. But if you were going to do the ceramics, I actually do some three-dimensional designing. Actually, before I go to think about it, that's what I mentioned is your goldsmith. How they do the goldsmith jewelry, I do the exact same process. So I 3D print a plastic, whatever I want, and then cast it just like they do. We used to do it out of wax, and we still do some of the stuff, the old style way that the 3D printers just can't.
I want monster teeth. Can you make me monster teeth?
I can make vampire teeth that actually they're crowns, and they slip over your teeth and kind of click on, so you don't need any adhesive or anything. Yeah, my wife's got those. She's every year.
They kind of bite people with them?
I want those.
I mean, you can bite with them. They'll probably break, but you can do it.
Compared to,
I don't want them then.
Do you know how much full implants, if you don't want to go denture and you want to go full implant, where they stick,
we don't need them now. With everybody wearing masks, you're pretty much out of business now, right?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Oh, those implant denture. I mean, if you do an implant denture, which is like a removable denture where it kind of clips in, you have the implants, but you can pull it out and put it in. Those are about $10,000. But if you want a full implant retained, like zirconia denture or a crown, it's all ceramic, it's all permanent, it doesn't go anywhere. Zirconia, those are $25,000 plus.
Wow, $25,000.
Jeez.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's why people go with the old...
partial.
Yeah, or at-home mold denture.
Yeah, illegal dental man.
The old $1,000 like that. That's a big difference. Hey, you can stick these in $1,000, or you want them permanent, $25,000. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Have you ever made a set of teeth that were rejected because the person didn't like your work or something?
Good question.
I mean, we get stuff where they alter stuff. They ask for little adjustments here and there. We have stuff where they die before they get the stuff. We get all kinds
man.
of stuff.
Oh, man.
You should get
Well,
the.
that's dentures. You're not putting them in young people.
Do you scream, I wasted my time and punt him into trash?
I would. I'd throw them in their casket and say, "You take these."
Take him to hell.
Jesus,
That's
man.
exactly what I would say. As it's being lowered in.
Who's this guy? Like he was
Cut
making,
the straps.
he was making Bill's dentures. and-
You ungrateful POS had the audacity to die on me after I carved these teeth for you.
I swiveled in my chair.
Face no matter what.
Swiveled.
You know how much butt sweat it took for me to carve these teeth for you?
Well, Josh, it sounds like, man, I don't
You're
know.
doing good. It sounds
Yeah.
like you like your job. You're well paid.
Is there a demand for this? I feel like I'm going to tell my sons, like, hey, get into the denture making business. At 31, you could be making 90 grand
Yeah.
in AC and swivel around in a chair.
Yeah, and then spending all your money on crossbows and hunting crap.
you make side money by making dentures for podcasters.
Yeah, you can buy, with that kind of money, you could have a Ford Raptor and all the shotguns you want.
Oh, man. They did get into it. We've hired more people since we've been back open since the shutdown. We only shut down for like a week and a half. It was just like a temporary. But we probably hired 20 people since then. So it is a killer business.
There
Wow.
you go.
I think I'm going to stop podcasting and start
Yeah,
Making teeth?
Yeah.
ceramics.
There's a lot of money in teeth. And then there's no money in some teeth.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing.
Not all money. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Josh, it was good talking to you, dude.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Hey, make sure you check out the Darth Maul B-Job video on Google.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Got to get back to teeth.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, yeah.
That was the real bye-bye? Oh, I didn't know that was the real. I thought it was a fake bye-bye.
No, bye-bye. Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Our producer, Samantha's here. Hey, Sam.
Hi.
What's new and exciting?
Oh, mic's on. That's for one.
Oh, my God.
No, it's on.
Oh, okay. I was like, why am I hearing you then? Butler's here. We're hanging out. The fish are here. Hey, in case you didn't know this, thanks to our good friends over at Top Shelf Aquatics, where you can get all of your tropical fish needs, they put a couple of those crazy shrimp in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got 2 shrimp, and they pal around, and they only walk upside down.
Yeah, I saw that. I told my sons about that last night.
They're amazing.
I incorporated the shrimp into my stories. I tell them at night about
okay.
the fish tank, and the yellow tang is the evil, and then you got the beehole mouths.
Yeah.
And they're the superheroes. But now the 2 shrimp, which I
Wait, the
told...
beehole mounts are the superhero. They don't even do anything.
Yeah,
they
I
don't
know
even
that.
move.
But that's their favorite fish, or whatever
well.
the hell they are. I don't
It
even
says
know.
a lot for the family, right?
Yeah. Then the shrimp, I said they're named Max and Tommy.
Oh, that's sweet.
You could just say whatever they want.
I named them Hitler and Mussolini.
Oh, my
It's
God.
weird what I named them.
So we had an email, and it was a response from our highly controversial Business Baby segment that we did.
We did a business. Was it last week we did?
I believe it was
Business
last week.
Baby.
Yeah.
I got in upwards of 0 emails about the segment.
Really?
Yeah, I got nothing.
I was a big fan.
Nobody said anything other than my wife, who said, "You're trying some experimental things, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah, we're doing a radio a little differently. We do things differently here, and we don't do the standard, radio. We find people, whether they're good or bad, and not only do we put them on for a long time."
Yeah. Then we criticize, say how horrible it is, and then schedule them for next month.
To do it, because once we've set things in motion, the inertia of terribleness just continues on.
I think all of our bits have just become like the people calling in, and we bully. Calling next month.
A bully time with Tom and Dan.
It really is. If you want to be on the air, call in. We'll let you do anything you want as long as we can make fun of you.
That's it. That's the model.
That's the model.
So anyway, to go with that, we got an email from a gentleman that said, I can do a business segment better than Business Baby.
Yes.
And then he criticized Business Baby.
Oh.
He's Business Baby's mortal enemy, actually.
Yeah.
Arch nemesis.
And then this gentleman said that he's going to come up with his own name, and he's going to be Business Bro.
And he's on the line right now, ladies and gentlemen, for his first appearance on A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan, the arch nemesis of Business Baby. I give you Business Bro.
Yes.
Tom and Dan, what's up, dude? I am the Business Bro.
Yeah! already better than
I don't know.
Already,
I'm a big fan of Business Baby.
Yeah, but just based on pure energy, this guy out of the
got
gate,
bigger energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that energy,
he's got that big bro energy.
It kind of puts a force field around you that kind of keeps me from bullying you as much. You know,
Yeah.
it's like Business Baby immediately, as soon as he talked, I'm like, oh, bully.
Yeah, it's like, this
it
is not
drew
good.
and then Business Bro, I feel the force field of bully that it's going to be hard to get through. So, Business Bro, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you a business bro in real life?
Yes, I'm a business bro. I typically work in the solar industry, but I am a huge proponent of the stock trading
you're a
market.
solar guy? That's only one step higher than Noni Juice. I'm sorry.
That's where most business pros end up. Solar.
Yeah. Let me. Anytime anybody looks at me and says, "Hey, can I tell you about solar?" I'm like, "Oh God, one of these guys."
Door knockers.
I know a prominent, let's say, man that was very interested in arena football and gambling.
Yeah.
They got into solar.
He did.
And right when he did it, I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah, because the scamming is right.
The sun, when you look at the sun, it's just like it needs to scam people.
You know, I was talking to Donald Trump's new COVID doctor yesterday, the black lady, and she told me the biggest scam in the world is the sun. And I believed her. And I believed her.
Yeah. Remember when Trump looked up right at the sun?
Right at turn to the eclipse.
He's like, get him, boys.
He's like, get my eyes, tear them from my skull.
He's trying to gain power from the sun.
He got him.
So, Business Bro, you work in solar, and so you're familiar with the business world.
Right, and with solar, I made hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and I turned those dollars into more hundreds of dollars through the stock market.
Oh, okay. He's in the stocks. Now, are you doing like, what is that, E-Trade, or what are those apps on your phone?
The one, Charles Schwab.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. But what I like to do is
Hold on, I can't let that slide. We do not make fun of Asians on this show. You can't go, oh, yes. No, I can't let you do that.
We heard, Business Bro, that you were,
We knew you were a bit.
Yeah.
You know.
Sorry, that's just the bro in me.
I know. Well, let's tone it down a little bit. Let's set the tiki torch down.
So you got into stocks.
Take off the Ben Sherman.
You got a app on your phone, and you're a day trader?
Oh, yeah. Now, I don't want to be specific with what app I have, but let me say this. They are thinking about sponsoring the Business Bro segment.
Oh, Tom
He's already got a sponsor.
Sponsored by Jimmy John's Order Online.
Freaky fast.
But freaky deaky fast.
But just the DeBerry location.
Yeah.
They're the only one.
I got a buddy that works there.
Jimbo works there.
Jimbo works there.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? He doesn't take his rings off before he smears my guacamole on my California club.
That's how you know you made it when we're African. We're like, go to Tijuana Flats, but just in Claremont.
You can't go everywhere.
No, they're the only ones that are spending money. If you go to the Winter Park,
if Steven's not there, you're going to have to come back. 'Cause he's the only guy that can hook you up with extra provolone. It's the Tom and Dan Jimmy John's Extra Provolone from Steven in Oviedo contest. It's only one. Oh God! The more we make fun of radio, the more I realized how essy it is.
So, Business Bro, how much you said you've done pretty well in the stock market?
Yeah, reasonably well. I mean, this year's been really weird with just how 2020 has been, but I've got some tips for you guys. And on top of all that, speaking of Jimmy John's, before I was Business Bro, I worked at Jimmy John's.
Oh, that's where all the Business Bros
We
work.
knew.
It's either that or Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's.
Welcome to
What about Qdoba?
And it was so at the time, I was an intern for the Monsters, and you guys came walking in, and I was working for a cashier, and I was like, oh, dude, Tom.
Wait a minute! I know who you are. You're the guy. You're the westerny looking, long-haired, bearded man.
Oh no, I'm bald, but I did have a beard when I was there.
Yeah, you had a beard. You were there during some spicy interactions.
Oh yes, sir, I was.
Yeah,
but you guys came walking in, and I was like, "This is 2014, I think," and I was like, Tom and Dan, I love you guys. I'm the intern for the Monsters, and I'm standing behind the cashier at Jimmy John's. And Dan, you go,
I remember that.
I remember you.
and Dan, you go, oh, cool. Do you have like a cool on-air radio name? And I was like, yeah, Russ thinks I look like Tim McGraw. And then Tom goes, well, that's stupid. Could I get a number 10?
Hold on, I'm not saying that.
See, Tom is mean.
That does not. Hold on, business
Give me a number
bro.
10, business bro.
I
Why
know
don't you just
myself.
make me a number 10 and
Hold on.
take your radio
Shut the
name
hell
and
up.
shove it.
I would.
It was a Hunter's Club. You like the roast beef.
No, come on. You know
yeah,
business,
it was
bro.
the Hunter's Club, and Tom probably goes, listen, I don't have time for you, bozo. Give me my Hunter's Club. And make it freaky fast and put some sort of put a upside down hairnet on your beard. You disgust me. Do you know who you're talking to?
I listen.
I'm
business
Drunky the Bear.
Why would you
I don't
add
know.
more work to say?
We just wanted to do it.
So business bro, how dare you lie to everybody? I'd never.
Whoa! This is already off to a spicy start.
I know myself, and I'd never say that's stupid and then start ordering my thing. Like, I don't do that. I'm too uncomfortable. I would be like,
I don't know.
no.
It sounded pretty authentic
I
when
would
he
be
told
like,
the story.
No, I'd be
You
like,
might have been drunk.
No,
it
2014?
was middle of the day. We would
2015?
have been going there. We were dreamers, and we'd be like,
Yeah.
we can get our own place.
Back
and
in
make
the
a show.
Back in the day when we first started our company, we thought like all businessmen went to lunch every day,
Yeah.
and we used to go to.
To
I like
lunch
that you're
every
playing
day.
the part.
Yeah, but we
this
got
is what business
fat as
people
hell
do.
doing that.
Well,
Big fat chungos.
That's how we got the 220.
Yeah.
we would go to what's that?
We'd go to it's
a
closed
Baja
now. We
Fresh
go to
or-
Baja Fresh,
or
and we go there. We're like,
dude, we go to Ale House and get a Zinger melt
Yeah.
every day.
and
every day.
beers.
Well, he wouldn't typically have beers, but I'd knock back.
I need a
4 to 6.
foot-long tuna sub.
Oh,
Daniel get mad. That probably
He'd eat a foot-long tuna sub while we're doing the show, and he's barfing tuna stank all in the room.
Daniel gets so mad.
glad you got over that.
Stink the whole place up like tuna. Anyway, sorry, business bro.
Oh, tuna in the mouth.
So, didn't work out on the radio. How'd that happen? Seems like it always
This is
works
my
out.
immaculate return.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Stick it to the man.
Did you get any possibility of getting a job through your internship? I think
because you know they dangle that in front of you. They'll say things like, hey, if you keep working hard, if you keep doing this, I
Yeah.
mean, you could end up,
one day.
one day you'll end up working here.
Oh.
I mean, I know none of us are working in the studio right now.
No one told me that.
Yeah, we just got back to it, but you'll be right here with us.
How much ass did they talk about as business bro? I know.
Yeah,
you
tell us
know.
all the secrets.
Come on, tell us the secrets.
I know you.
I could give you some good stuff. So when I left there, they go, hey, we can offer you a position in promotions at JRR. And I was like, I'll see you guys later.
Man.
Oh my God! You'd be over there. You'd be hanging up
shot to the
Super
ego.
Dave's banner at down at you'd be, and he's a wonderful man.
He
You'd
is
be
awesome.
hanging Super Dave's banner over at some power sports company when he's out there hanging with the girls, and you'd be straightening the DVDs on the table.
You ever wash a Polaris slingshot in the front of a radio DJ's house?
You're about to. You're about to.
You
You better scrub Taco Bob's golf clubs because they are covered in grass.
How's Taco Bob? I got to text him.
Oh, he told me to never talk to him again.
Upset.
And I believe him when he said it. I believe
he's
him.
fine. Okay, so business pro, what do you want to start off? Is this a stock segment? How do you see this going?
So what I really want to do is I've got 2 stock stories, and Tom, I'm going to default to you on this one because I think I already know the answer, but do you want to talk about stock industries to keep an eye on following COVID? Boring. Or do you want to talk medical marijuana stock?
I like that.
I like he leads the witness. I like it.
Yeah, let's go with the medical marijuana.
All right, are you guys ready to rock out with your stock out?
There we go. We got to get...
No, that would have been a perfect place for me to do the Jay Cutler and go, don't care! Right?
Yeah.
But I didn't.
We got to get Prior Mike to make a rock out with her stock out song intro for you, business
Put up
bro.
the.
I already got it.
Oh,
We
you-
will stalk you by Queen.
Oh, I like all of these.
So anyway, what about medical marijuana stocks?
So last year, you guys know 2019 was a huge year for medical marijuana stocks. All the states here were legalizing medical and recreational, and we saw what is known as on Wall Street as the green rush. And it made a lot of people a lot of money. So they kind of rode that wave. And now this year it's just kind of, gone down a little bit. But Wall Street investors are saying that it's going to come back. So get ready. And now I don't want to give specifics. And, I don't want to be an insider. But a quick little Google search can show you the top ones to buy quick and just watch it ride. And so we're going to see a second green rush here pretty soon.
Now, let me ask you a business, bro. I've heard a lot of people that, like, in the know when it comes to the stock market and tell me that really the marijuana stocks, basically the ship has kind of sailed in the fact that if you wanted to really get rich, it's kind of like, investing into Amazon when it was, dollars or investing into any company that's you had to get in a long time ago. Like now everybody's kind of aware that, yes, it most likely will become federally legal soon, and every state is going to have legalization coming up soon. Yeah. So since that's a well-known fact in the public's eye, all the stocks are kind of bought up to kind of their potential. But I see what you're saying. They are still going to rise, but you may not become like a millionaire, someone who bought Bitcoin at $2 or something.
It wouldn't be the initial gain, but you'd still have something to gain.
And
exactly.
And isn't it?
This is a long-term game here.
Gotcha.
Medical marijuana stocks now. Whereas in the past it was a get-rich-quick kind of deal, you can still build a pretty solid amount of wealth with the current market that is cannabis. But what the newest one's going to be, and it's funny, I first heard about this on your show when you guys had Carmen Morales on last. She mentioned medical mushrooms. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah. Microdosing.
Got a pocket of them right now.
Exactly.
When these things kick in.
we have to hold them down.
Yeah. Put my wallet in my mouth.
So the next boom is going to be called the shroom boom. And there's a few stocks. There's 2 IPOs that have already been released that are expected to just absolutely blow up once that becomes more of a general, what would you call it, treatment for PTSD, anxiety, depression. But people are saying it's working, man, and I'd be down to do that. Yeah.
No, I heard that a lot of therapists and psychiatrists and medical professionals have been microdosing, not only mushrooms, but like ecstasy, MDMA, and things like that. Ketamine, and it's really helped a lot of people a lot. And the more people it helps, then it'll become, the studies and long-term information will be there, and it'll probably become legal for those kind of treatments, which will open up manufacturing, and I'm sure everybody will be able to get their hands on them some one way or the other.
I think that'll be a while from now, but it'll eventually happen.
Business Baby, what about, I'm sure you thought about this, and I've heard other people talk about trying to get into a company that is trying to produce a vaccine for COVID, or even like companies that produce vials that the vaccine would go into for future distribution, because obviously people are looking at the possibility of getting vaccines out to hundreds of millions of people, and when you do that, a lot of businesses are going to receive a lot of money and grow super fast. Like if you're manufacturing the pieces that you need for the machines making the vaccine, all the ancillary companies.
It can be something as simple as a very convenient and sanitary mailer. These particular things
the
go
company
in.
that produces that is gonna, their stock is gonna boom. Obviously, if they get the contract, and a lot of that is like some of it's gonna be government contracts, right? Like the government basically will shop out to the companies that can produce as much as they need, and then they'll funnel the money to that. Yeah. And if you are investors or invested in any of those companies, you could make a lot of money there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. However, the pharmaceutical industry, due to COVID, has been so diluted with everything, just because we really don't know what is being produced and when it's expected to be released. But as soon as more information comes out on that, I'll definitely include that, whenever you guys need some more information on those specific companies, I can definitely do a little deep dive into it.
I like the fact that you're confident enough to think that we're bringing you back. I like that. No, I'm serious. I do like that, and I also like that he's given us a lot of information. Whereas I felt like Business Baby last week when we did this, I was more in play to make fun of Business Baby. I don't feel the need to make fun of.
Business Pro.
Business Pro.
Yeah, he's got the shield of confidence. That's what
he does. Do you still have your
Captain
beard?
America.
Yeah, I actually had a newborn 2 months ago, and I haven't shaved since. So I've been in the newborn, look like a homeless man at home kind of deal.
Are you a stay-at-home dad now?
I'm on family leave for 3 months.
Nice.
Yeah, it's terrific. I'm actually, speaking of which, I'm drinking out of my world's mediocrest dad mug right now, which you can get on TomandDan.com. Go check out all the latest and greatest Tom and Dan merchandise.
Business Pro. He's got some chops there.
Is he Business Bro or Business Pro?
He spent 4 months getting people hot sauce, and now he's Business Pro.
I wasn't even there for it. I don't think.
I wasn't.
I remember coming in for Orlando City.
Gone.
When I was working with Orlando City, I'd come in and see this guy.
Yeah.
And be like, oh,
I was there when y'all came in with Phil Rollins,
Yeah.
So
I remember giving you headphones that had duct tape on them.
Yes. Magnifique.
Yeah.
Good old days.
I'm glad there's still, 20 years of headphones. No,
tape them up.
We don't need them.
Tape them up.
What do you mean?
They work in radio.
I think it's like one of the only things, like a few things you need. Like no. All right, have it your way. That seems stupid.
Do you have another story, bro?
The next story here really is just the Rock Out with Your Stock Out Pro tip of the day for any listeners or BDMs who are looking into getting started in trading stocks. You're probably asking yourself, how do I do so? And really just the first little bit is open up an investment account or a brokerage account with a reputable broker and look for one with zero trade fees and zero commissions. That way, you don't find yourself in a pit of fees. That's never where you want to be when you first start out. And then just do your research, listen to Tom and Dan for more Business Bro news, and look into some exchange-traded funds to really do that, the low-risk, constant growth kind of deal. And you guys will be good.
Awesome. Now, what app should people use? Because there's a bunch of them out there, right? Like, if someone just wanted to get on, get the app, put some money in it, and start doing some, and light investment.
Knocking around.
You have a couple $100 you want to invest every couple months. You put it in there. What's your preferred app?
My highest recommendation is totally user-friendly. You got it on your mobile phone. You can take it wherever you want, and that would be Robinhood.
All right. Cool.
So
and
I know they've had some negative press lately, but really their format is beautiful. It's very simple to use. You link it to your cash account bank, and you can just drop and play. And when you do sign up, you get a free stock. So they have that nice little incentive for you as well.
Cool.
I do like a clean interface, so that matters. Well, awesome, man.
Yeah. Well, Business Baby. Oh God.
Yes, we know who the true favorite is.
Yeah, I think somebody just leaked some information on who's going to win.
No, I think there's a room for, because here's the thing: Business Bro is focused more on stocks and that kind of information. Business Baby just gives us overall stories.
Business Baby's kind of sad. He calls in, and I'm just like, "What are you doing? You got no energy."
I have an affinity for Business Baby, though, because I feel like I want to protect the weak.
I think I'm pro bro.
I
you
do.
would be.
I mean, I'm not a bro. I mean, Tom's more bro than I am.
Hold on.
But he does like an underdog.
Yes, I do.
Well, he likes the cartoon underdog. He watches it with his sons.
All right, Business Bro. I think you earned yourself another segment next month, and we'll talk to you again. Samantha will schedule with you, and if you do want a sponsor for your segment, just email me, and we'll work out the details of that.
Indeed.
Buddy.
I'm getting with my people, Tom, and I don't want to stay like anything negative about Business Baby. He laid the foundation for this segment. He was the concept behind it. But where I come from, if you want to see something done right, you got to do it yourself.
No, that's a
like that.
bro.
Little shade at the end there. Little shade at the end.
Sometimes the real, doers and dreamers are the ones that take an idea that can't be fully utilized and execute it properly.
You'll be boxing Business Baby in a ring, an inflatable ring one day.
Not a baby.
At our, at the 2025 Beer Fest.
While your newborn gets me a turkey bagel and some hot sauce.
We're all wearing bubble suits, and you're bubble boxing, and then people are coughing their teeth out of the suits. And
then everyone gets COVID. It's very bad.
All right, business bros. Good talking to you.
All right, guys, rock out your stock out.
All
right, okay, not twice.
You said it 3 times, guys.
Okay.
I laughed the first time.
I did too. The second time I was like, third time sad. Fourth time?
That's what bros do. They run it into the ground.
Back in.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more Corporate Time. Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. This is really, really cool. And I didn't know if we were going to get to do this again for a very, very long time.
I know. It's the first show at the Improv back since they shut down in March, I think.
Yeah. And wouldn't
crazy.
you know it, Krista, in her infinite awesomeness, apparently rolled the legendary dice and scored a legend to back open our club. So on the line with us right now, he's going to be at the Orlando Improv Thursday through, well, today's Friday, but Thursday through Sunday. It's Lavelle Crawford. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm great, man. I'm happy they back open too, boy. It's rough being locked down with your family for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lavelle, I was going to ask you, this is the first time comedians come through the Improv since they've been shut down.
Yeah, and you've been in our studio before, the Big Red Couch. We've had you in here many a time, but...
Yeah, and how much has traveling and everything, and this has got to be insane, because, we've seen some shows here and there, and they're figuring out a way to do it safely, and everybody's figuring out a way to navigate this new thing. So, how's it been doing shows and navigating this whole COVID deal?
Well, it's been pretty interesting, man. I commend the comedy clubs for putting in the extra work to set a standard to keep it clean and make people feel comfortable, because I think, people were germaphobes before, and now, this thing came out, you got to please everybody. And I think that, they're doing their best, because I think it's setting us up for our own, goals of getting cleaner, because I've been in some comedy clubs, you like, man, they need to do an overhaul, to be in the green room.
You do bring up, now, not the Orlando Improv, because we've been... Yeah, but
it's a pretty clean place. But I've been around for a long time, and I've seen some comedy clubs where I think I might have needed a penicillin shot for sitting on the couch.
Oh yeah.
So but I think that with improvs, all the improvs, and I just did the Helium last week. I've done a few other comedy clubs, and they've been doing a great job keeping it clean. The wait staff been wearing their masks, and I it's hard because we got to do the social distance, so the capacity stinks. So but it's just like, I think for a comic like myself who works regularly, it's just scary because you don't know when the government gonna come on with right in the middle of a breaking news and say the city shut down again. Yeah. I mean, it's like you talk of rolling the proverbial dice. It's just been, buying plane tickets and finding out, oh man, it's canceled. Like, this was canceled because I was supposed to be there the 9th of July. And this got pushed back, when they closed down, everything again. And I was riding to Dallas when they was closing down bars, and it's been kind of like, I tell you, after comedy, I might need a psychologist, man, just so I won't turn into Hannibal Lecter, because I'll be like, man, what are y'all doing? What's going on? Yeah. Every time I go out, because last week I was at the Helium. in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And we sold out hometown. It was going to be a great weekend. Still was. Great couple of days, and we did it during the week, so it sold out during the week, which was excellent.
Nice.
They had a crazy shootout in the mall where the comedy club is. And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Jeez,
I mean,
Louise.
from COVID to shootouts, I'm like, man, and I thought we just had a Black Lives Matter march and everything. Now they don't matter no more. I'm just like, man, it's been crazy.
Is this like, and it's, you do a lot of traveling. Are you, and Tom, our host here, he's got a lot of family that works in the airline industry. Have you seen on any of the flights that you're on when you've done traveling, are people more respectful, about the same, less respectful, or, like, what have you observed?
I think foreign people have been following the rules. You get one guy to get on that ain't been on in the plane in a minute, and they be like, "Sir, you got to wear your mask before you get on the plane." And he's just like, "Yeah, I got it," But I mean, I thought they said we're gonna make an emergency landing if that guy don't get off the plane without his mask. I said, man, just for a mask, hey man, just put a piece of paper over your face, I mean, put your sock, cover your face with a hat. We just trying to get to our destination.
Okay, hold on. Technically, what if you just used your hand and covered your face?
But
and
you have to keep it there.
Yeah, the whole time. Technically, it would be about the same. Huh?
Pretty much. Wear your shirt. You can pull his shirt right up over his face. He's good.
Yeah, that's called the I smell dookie.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's going to stink a little bit. I mean, I smell dookie. Yes, exactly. Somebody's breath stink, you cover your nose. It's the same thing. Yeah. Because I don't think this cough mask is really safe for just cutting off my air. I couldn't breathe before I wore a mask. Now I got to wear a mask. It just holds my face down like somebody trying to shut me up and they kidnapping me. I don't know, man.
Lavelle, I want to go back to green rooms because I want to bitch with you for a second about this. Because
I bet he's seen some stuff.
So we're old radio guys, and in the radio industry, the green rooms, even the place we used to work,
disgusting.
We're always bad. And then throughout we talk to other radio guys around the country, and they're like, "Oh, our green room is horrible."
I mean, Adam Carolla's bitched about it.
Yeah. Like all these old radio guys, and then we've heard the same things about smaller clubs, green rooms, and like some of the real bad. And I'm mad about it because how these companies make a lot of money. Like it's one thing if this is post-apocalyptic, you're trying to survive, but these companies are making money, and I'm sure Lavelle, you sat on a green room couch and you're like, wait a minute. I'm getting paid $35,000 this weekend, and this couch is literally from the 80s and has so much.
Or maybe he just says the obvious. It says, I'm on an amazing television show. I don't need this S.
Dude, an IKEA couch is what, $400? A nice one? You get an IKEA couch once every 6 months, maybe a brand new one.
I don't know about IKEA. I don't know about IKEA because they're hard to put together. That's like adult Legos, man. I think they could go to. I can go to Value City. They could do something because how many times can you turn a pillow over to hide a stain? It only got two sides, and I've been on couches where I got on jeans and my legs itching. I'm saying, man, these bed bugs are hungry.
But don't you say to yourself, why isn't the company, this business, just taking more pride in the place that they put their guests?
No.
Just a new couch. Get a cleaner to clean the carpets. Put a couple waters in the fridge. How is it that hard?
It ain't that hard. It's not that hard. And because I've seen some couches that when I was an open micer was still there, and I'm 30 years in the game, and that couch was still in there looking at me. Hey, back again. Huh?
I mean,
how is that possible?
I mean, it's funny too when
Lavelle Crawford
when Lavelle Crawford,
huge star,
30 years in the game, a legend, and the couch, 30 years in the game, a legend, right? I mean, it's just.
I wait for it to start talking like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Well, hey, and congratulations on everything that's going on with Better Call Saul. And how are they handling, I guess, continuing to film or
production?
Were you all done or?
Well, we haven't started production on that, but I'm strange enough that you asked. I did a movie with Gerard Carmichael, from the Carmichael Show, and we did it in Ottawa, Canada, and but they added an extra scene for me. They wanted me in, so I got to go to Syracuse next weekend. And it's strange enough, I gotta, right now I think every time you gotta get a swab in your nose. I'm hoping I can get a exemption, man, 'cause that crap look like it hurt. I ain't never had it, but I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get this thing in my nose and hope, I'm pretty sure I'm good, 'cause I ain't been able to eat wrong in a while because I've been at home. So so my wife been putting all kind of vitamins down my butt and everything, and so
has this helped you, Lavelle? Like, they said like the COVID 40. A lot of people are complaining about the weight they gained, but have you lost weight?
I lost weight actually. I lost like another 45 pounds because
My God.
I've been lucky enough. When I go to my gym, I go to my dojo with my professor, my trainer, and I get to box and we keep it clean. We box and I do jiu-jitsu and in my house my wife we're like flexitarians, but it's more on the veggie side, and we at Whole Foods getting that good stuff. Whole Foods got a lot of bad stuff, but it also got a lot of quality vegetables, and we go to farms. My wife, they California, they've been revamped by California, so we pretty much eat pretty good. Nice. So I ain't been able to do no DoorDash or Postmates. I'm mad that I lost all this weight before COVID, man, because I'd have been a king. I mean, you got Grubhub, Popeyes deliver, churches deliver, Taco Bell deliver. You know how long I wanted Taco Bell to deliver?
Me too.
It's hard to eat a burrito and try to get home to eat the other burrito because them Taco Bell run for the border immediately. And at least I could be at home where I could be safe and sound in my toilet, and they can deliver it right to me.
I love it. The only problem, I have yet to order Taco Bell just because I think the driver and the delivery guy is going to judge me and be like, this POS is getting Taco Bell delivered to his house?
Nah.
Look, first of all, the driver probably, looks worse than you, so most of the time.
But in my mind, I'm like, come on. Don't order. I've been tempted every time.
It's so funny, I had a Grubhub one time, and I got ordered, I think I ordered, we ordered Wingstop. We ordered a big order, and the driver was a chunky guy. And I said, look, hold on, man. We ordered 40 pieces. Let me count them up before you leave, because you might have ate some. I don't want no problems, man. Your face look greasy. You look like you might have had a couple of my wings. I got a big party coming over here. I don't want to be 30 wings short, buddy.
I see you got lemon pepper all over you.
Yeah. I do. I do look at the cars that pull up with my orders, and then I'm like, okay, this is going to be
it's gonna be rough.
50-50. Right, because you'd be like, look, you ain't getting no tip. You took some of my fries. I know you had some of my fries. I know that's your tip.
Lavelle Crawford, he's going to be at the Orlando Improv. We're back open, guys. You can see him 2 shows Friday. What do you got? The 2 on Friday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday.
I got one tonight.
Oh,
we got
Thursday.
one tonight.
Yeah. Yep. 1 tonight and 1 on Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday.
Yeah, man, we out here, man, and I'm excited. I applaud the comedy clubs because way they talk about nurses, which they are essential, doctors are essential. I mean, our firemen, our police are essential. Everybody's essential, and comedy is very essential because people need to laugh in these times, and I think they're killing the sense of humor because they want everybody to walk around with these masks. It looks like a post-apocalyptic place with all these masks going and everybody like a war-torn city, and it's just like I'm looking at the sun shining, the birds still flying. I can't see the pandemic. My pandemics I've seen where cars stuck on the road, people dead in them, is like a zombie walking around. That's my pandemic. But
I got you. You do bring up a good point. It's like if someone told you 20 years ago, like, hey, 2020 pandemic, you do think zombie apocalypse, and it's really like, oh, it's just everybody wears a mask at Publix.
Right.
Like, it's not like I would think I'm like holding a gun. My family's dirty. I was like, oh no, just mask at Publix.
right. You think like I've got a bullet for all of us. I'm gonna just wrap it up.
I would have thought that. Lavelle,
hey, be safe, man. Welcome back to Orlando. We're so glad to have you opening back our club, man, and we can't wait to hopefully get you back into the real studio sometime soon. Okay.
Yes, I can't wait. Thank you guys for letting me come on, man. It's going to be a great weekend. Orlando, I love you. And people come on out and laugh. It's going to be a safe and clean and healthy environment.
Yes, sir. And we'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Wow, that's cool.
Always funny.
Yeah, he's always a fun guy to talk to.
It's funny if you took that transcript and just on paper and then present to someone who's like, what, you interview Tom's papa? Like, no, it's a Better Call Saul's bodyguard. Everybody's got their opinion. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay here, man. Look, I'm not here to judge.
We do
you
know,
can't judge how people handle something that's never happened before, right? I don't think that's fair.
And honestly, I
want him to take it seriously, but
we've known Krista for a long time, and if I know her and the Improv, they are taking every precaution, just like a restaurant and stuff, and you will feel safe. And they do all the distancing.
She's no BS.
It's every other table. They have capacity rules. Like
she has to.
They keep it safe, and that's the important thing.
I'm glad he was him, though. I mean, I don't personally feel that way, and I know the three of us here don't necessarily agree with him. But
I think he's maybe just joking. Like, that's the thing too.
Well, he's
like
a comedian, Tom.
Like, like you joke around about everything, and that's the thing.
God, you and I've been making a lot of jokes, but
it's like if you make those jokes, people then it becomes political again, and then you get categorized as, oh, you are not taking it seriously. You're the problem. It's like, no, you could joke about. Listen, Lavelle, he's in California. He's wearing a mask at every place he goes.
Yeah.
Oh
he
my God!
When he's at Whole Foods, he's wearing a mask.
Oh my God!
They won't even let you in without one.
No.
So anyway, but you can make fun of it. Like what happened to making fun of it? If you do everything you're supposed to do, and you're making fun of it, it doesn't make you like a bad person or
you're
unsafe.
still complying with the rules.
But that's the thing. That if you make fun of it and don't comply with the rules, you're like, come on. Like then you're part of the.
Well, then you actually believe.
Yeah. So, but
that's not really a joke.
But if
that's the end of equation, right?
You could also complain about it too. Like
sure.
Like if you.
That's what I told my wife. My wife,
like, you're fine. It
doesn't
doesn't make
a positive
you
person. Like I'll complain. I'm a complainer sometimes. Imagine that. And she'd be like, she'll say something, and I'll be like, look, this is almost like it's kind of like your theory on Facebook. Sometimes people just got to barf it out, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I just got to say it, and then, but I'm totally going to comply and do absolutely everything I need to do, but just let me hate this.
Yes, of course. Like, you are allowed to be like, this sucks.
Let me hate something.
Yeah, you're allowed to complain about it. You're allowed to, it doesn't mean...
You're also allowed to love something, too.
Sure. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you're not doing the right thing, and this, people complain about it. Like I was telling Crystal yesterday, we're Lowe's looking for freaking hardware for our cabinets, and we're both talking to each other through the mask, and we're like, "Man, this sucks."
I mean, it does, but you're doing it.
Yeah. So, but sometimes when you say it, people like immediately go like, "Oh, you can't say it sucks," because that means that you're
anti-mask.
Yeah, you're anti-mask. No, it sucks. I spit on the floor.
I had something. Oh my God, Butler, get in here. Wipe that up with your tongue. I got to tell you something. I got the same feeling when we had Cabin Boy Matt in here for football. Like knowing that there's a comedian like going back to the Improv. Like I got a shimmy. Like I got a.
Oh, people are gonna hate on it or say.
No. I got a little excitement. Like a little
things are.
And I know Krista's gonna handle it well because that's what she does.
Yeah.
There's a reason that she's been there. I want to say she's managed that club for 75 years, and she's only 31 years old.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, and there's a way to do things safely.
Bye.